is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
It was a fun summer.
Okay, I'm done with you. Over to Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, and Wisconsin Badger football alumnus. Bradley?
Benjamin, weird weekend. I leave it with a bitter taste in my mouth. I still can't get over what I witnessed on Saturday afternoon. It's just a shame that embarrassing performance had to happen on national TV. National TV, and we're about to double down with some more embarrassment this weekend at Oregon for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Alex Strope's running the show. The phone line is open. Carbless Talking text line is open. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Get us on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You mentioned Saturday. Something came across your desk today, Brad Nortman. You got the email. Big time.
I did get the email.
Big time.
I got the email, boys. It's circulating the socials now.
Luke Fickle and company had another shutout. First time since the 70s in back-to-back games. AD Chris Macintosh put out a letter to the university and fans alike. And it's too long for me to read, but let me save you the time. There's nothing in there that's going to make you feel any better. At all.
Who was the email sent to? Because I'm on their media list. So I didn't get it.
So I did receive it. Let me see. It was sent.
It says, Dear Badger Nation. Do you consider yourself a part of Badger Nation?
Well, I'm not an alumnus.
Yeah,
and I'm not a donor.
Did you get it, Ben?
No. But
you didn't get it.
It was put out through, anybody could find it now because it's been put out to plenty of media to
Brad,
post
do
it.
you donate to the program or the university?
Not recently.
Oh, well.
But have you?
Have.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's
I've done the Carbone Cancer Center. I can say that I don't think I have done the athletic department.
You're much better putting off your money toward the Carbone Cancer Center. That's for sure. The address that it was sent from, it says Wisconsin Athletics, but then you click it, you can't make this up. Updates at go-bucky.uwbadgers.com. And it says a message from Chris Macintosh, and it
says from the desk of Chris Macintosh.
Yes.
Guy's stealing my line.
And
would you like to summarize as a former Badger alum?
I would.
Because before I just get all mad, I want to see if I'm justified from someone who has literally played for that program.
There's 4 paragraphs, and this is a classic TLDR, too long, didn't read. But let me say, we did read it. Basically, Chris Macintosh saying, I'm a Badger myself, and this means a lot to me. That's paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, this hasn't reached our expectations under Luke Fickle. Shocker. Paragraph number 3, I promise that I'm going to do everything it can to get to that point. And finally, we're all in this together kind of thing. And it ends with saying, you have my relenting commitment to do whatever is necessary to make that happen, to be a championship level program. However, all the sort of rumbling behind the scenes is that Chris Macintosh is doubling down on Coach Fickle, his tenure, trying to come back for another season. Now, nothing's confirmed, but that's what the rumor is. And instead of making a head coaching change, let's just find more money and throw it at the program, right? Because throwing money at a problem always fixes it. Not looking deep, not wondering about culture, not wondering about if you're even heading in the right direction. No, let's just throw more money at it and let's try to fix it. So it's like you read the email and it almost felt like it had to have a level of sarcasm. You just couldn't read it and not smile and think you cannot be believing this as you are typing it out on your laptop.
I had quote tweeted the statement from AD Chris Macintosh that was put out and said, all right, watch out Oregon, I'm feeling good. feeling really good, and nobody is. And it's one of those things where it feels almost tone deaf in a way. Now, I understand what Chris Macintosh is doing. He has now, after the Fire Fickle chance, came to support, Luke Fickle. And now the statement comes out, as Alex Strofe had tweeted, a mid-season statement. That's got to be something that makes you feel good as a Badger fan. And when you see that, you can only think, in my mind, that he's positioning himself as, if I write this letter to Badger Nation, and I say we are going to put investment into this program, and I believe in the coach, that is his way of saying that if I at least can get Luke Fickle another year to turn this around, then I also, as someone who hired him, have more time to hopefully rectify this. Otherwise, I know I may be at jeopardy as well. The problem is you're asking people for money, and I don't know who in their right mind,
who the hell would give this program money?
I would have given Michael Scott Paper Company money over the Wisconsin. I would have trusted Michael Scott to start a business than to give the Wisconsin Badgers.
At least there's heart behind Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Hey, powerful.
That's the big thing when you talk about heart. I think overall with this program, my first question is, why haven't you been working hard to get all the resources and tools needed as possible to make sure this program was succeeding? Why did it take for you to lose every single football game you've lost this year by double digits and then getting embarrassed back-to-back games at home for you to say, I'm going to put out this statement where I'm going to give them everything that we need in order for us to win and get the administration on board? We should have been doing that. But for me, when I look at it, giving Luke Fickle this money, he's already shown me something. He showed me he doesn't know how to coach a team to fight. There's one thing to lose. It's another thing to get rolled over and have absolutely no heart and no fight doing that. And this Luke Fickle coached football team has not shown any fight or shown any heart since last season when they got blown out by Iowa, Minnesota, and Nebraska. That was all we as Badgers fans probably needed to see to let us know exactly what the identity is of that program and what the culture is of that program. They're a group of guys who are, I'm sure they're great individuals, but as a team, they're losers. They have no idea how to win. They have no idea how to compete. They don't compete at all. They have not competed against a good football team all year long. So when Chris Macintosh is talking about, we're going to put all these research, buddy, it's too late. It's too late. You got to go, and then also Fickle got to go, because that's it. Because, giving Luke Fickle a whole bunch of money only to never develop any type of player is going to be all bad for us. So, again, cool, nice statement. It's cute that you put that out there. Get people motivated. You're going to stand behind Fickle.
Nobody's motivated. Nobody is walking away from that motivated.
Luke Fickle's walking away motivated.
He's thinking, I might get another year out of this. Holy cow.
If that means that he's going to have another year to make $7-8 million, I'll be motivated by $7-8 million.
It is truly remarkable because I hear things that I'm almost in disbelief about. So there was I was receiving not only this email, but I'm a part of the quote Badger Brotherhood, right? This football alumni group.
Good multitasking on the phone, hitting the cool button by Strofe.
And I received emails for months now about honoring the 94, 99, 2000 Rose Bowl teams that was going to happen on Saturday, right? Friday night gala and a Saturday tailgate and then a shout out at the game, right? And Friday night, Luke Fickle doesn't show up. These are the people that built your program.
So we had a gala for the legendary football team that built this program, that made a lot of us, that put butts back in seats. You're talking about 94 Rose Bowl team.
94, 99,
99 Rose Bowl team. So, Ron Dane running down in the late 90s. Fickle didn't show up to show respect to that team?
Didn't show up. Now, to be fair, he was at his son's high school football game. However, you can scheduling manipulate that in order to show up. The game doesn't start till 7, so have the program be from 5 to 7:30 and show up for the first hour. Or
did he send a message at least?
Bro, you're being paid $8 million. There are sacrifices you have to make. I get you making the excuse for family, but this isn't the only time he can go watch his son play. That is the disconnect.
And it's not like it's a one-off. From everything I'm hearing from inside the building is that he has zero, not only hasn't done it, there's no engagement with the alumni, the former players, or Wisconsin high school coaches. There's no interest in doing it. Every high school football coach I talk to, there is no relationship with Coach Fickle or any of the coaching staff. There is zero intention to try to keep Wisconsin kids in the program. There's no interest in it. Not only that, when we talk about alumni and raising money and boosters, everything I'm hearing is that Fickle has no interest in bridging that gap, raising money, and leaning into Wisconsin culture.
He'll get fired, and then he shouldn't be.
And finally, I've heard there's 2, big red events. So it's happening right here in Milwaukee. Had to get canceled because he wouldn't show up. So there is a major disconnect between what a Wisconsin head coach should be doing of reinforcing the culture and what is currently being done. And the symptom is what is on the field. The illness itself is all of these issues, and it all plays out with trash product on the field.
I never would have thought that I would prefer to have a sleazy salesman talking about row to boat from PJ Fleck from Minnesota than have the guy we have now. At least he shows some type of energy, some type of passion. Right now, we are in a bad place.
Damn, that hurts.
No, we're in a bad place as a program because, again, when he fired Paul Chryst, he said the expectations of our program at Wisconsin are to win championships, and I felt that it was the right time to make changes to pursue those. Well, buddy, you ain't pursuing nothing but a whole bunch of L's. This football team may not win another game. Hell, I'm concerned that they may not score a single touchdown in Big Ten play in 4 weeks.
If the Wisconsin Badgers were the Titanic, they have already hit the iceberg. But for some reason, Chris Macintosh thinks that they can still get to New York. Like Jack is already done. They're all done. Like the boat's down. You can't put it back together and get to it's done. Like this thing is a mess. And you're selling us on a letter to Badger Nation with words. Not action. I need action.
Okay, so
there hasn't been action, as you said, Kyle.
Yeah.
If you want to put this out now that we're going to invest in you might have wanted to make that part of the plan when you invested as much you did in Luke Fickle.
Yes, it's pretty.
It's a holy crap. This is going south. I know it's going south. How do I extend whatever life I have left?
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
There's a tone
we can
of panic.
call what it is.
There's a tone of panic in that email for sure. And if you talk about NIL, okay, I can understand NIL needing to be ramped up a little bit. That's on Fickle and that's on Macintosh. You got to go out there and fundraise. That is part of your job now.
So now I got a brilliant idea. We just got shut out twice in a row. We're going to make more investment in the football program. And we're going to go knock on donors' doors. And we're going to say, hey, do you want to invest with us? Look at what we're showing you. It's really great.
Yeah,
it's going to be spent really well.
There's just
up that hole in the Titanic. Let's make it to New York.
Yeah, there's no plan whatsoever. And it's actually disheartening to hear because I heard rumblings about the fact that he wasn't continuing to keep that fence up around Wisconsin. I saw some guys not get offers to Wisconsin that typically just because you're from the state of Wisconsin and you're one of the top prospects, we're going to bring you along anyways. And it's unfortunate that high school football coaches don't feel that because that is how this state was built. It was built in keeping the big boys at home, making people have a passion about playing for the W. If this lasts too long, no kid will want to go play at Wisconsin because think about it. If you are a kid that started high school in 2020, the Badgers haven't been good during that time. What am I aspiring to be? The team, there's just been bowl games. That's it. They just go to bowl games, and then last year they didn't make it to that. And this year they're pathetic. Why would I be a kid? There's a kid from Catholic Memorial High School who has to deal with Iron Jock, right? Why would he come to Wisconsin after looking at these losers? For real, why would I go there? To go lose? To go get my coach fired? Hell no. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to go to Notre Dame. I'm going to go to Michigan. I'm going to go to Ohio State because that's where I just named schools. That's where some of these Wisconsin kids are going. The top prospects is Leeson State, Penn State.
At this point, you'd go to Nebraska. You'd go to Indiana. You'd go to Illinois.
Hey, I would go to
all
Indiana
these other places that used to be mid programs.
I hate this conversation, but it's just the reality we're living in.
But I'm hopeful that
No. What are you hopeful about?
For what?
He just doubled down,
what?
tripled down.
You don't get to speak. You said hopeful for
catastrophe.
what?
Okay. I don't know how much money they're investing in the football program now. But if Chris Macintosh is talking about, we're about to make, $20 million a year investment, you fire your coach, you get somebody else. And somebody else, a mouthpiece who's winning somewhere else, $20 million is a lot. You can build a roster with $20 million, but they just need to make sure they get that. Right now, they sound like they're working with like 5 to 10.
But they're also going to have to then pay the buyout. What?
Listen, money legitimately grows on trees. It's printed every day. We'll figure it out. Y'all figure it out.
There might be some economics issues with what you just
keep
said.
Raising tuition.
I keep driving by the billboard that says debt per person. You want us to add to that just to get rid of Fickle?
Well, if it makes me happy on Saturdays, yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Fine.
I would raise the national debt just so Wisconsin's better.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. Yeah, That's right. Packers won.
At least there's one
excited.
victory.
Yeah, there was one out. There was a point there at halftime where I was saying, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do all my
The
teams
Badger
lose.
games?
No.
Yeah.
Well, during the Packer game, when the Packers at halftime, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Packers, y'all better stop playing with my emotions.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. I see your texts. I see your calls. We'll get to you on the other side. That's everything. I mean, that silence is just like, it is painful that I can't come to this show and say anything positive about the Wisconsin Badger football program. And I mean anything. I mean anything.
I mean, they suck.
They're not even just a bad Wisconsin team. They're a bad team.
They're the worst in the Big Time.
Worst.
No, and that's not, again,
The worst.
you know what's sad is we'll have to pull it up. After the Maryland game, I didn't want to be right, but I think I was spot on. More next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl, yeah. That's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And I just remember watching the Dodgers-Brewers series this year, and it just felt like every time we got their starter out, it was Rap City. We were going to pound on.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We got to make these games long. We got to battle these starting pitchers. We got to make them get their pitch count up and get in that pen. We get in that pen, we're going to be penning our way to a World Series.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
A historic Brewers season came to an end on Friday after the Los Angeles Dodgers swept the Crew in the NLCS to advance to the World Series. Shohei Ohtani had an historic performance as he threw 6 innings on the mound, 10 strikeouts, and also slugged 3 home runs at the plate. Here's Brewers manager Pat Murphy on the season coming to a close.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience, but that's where you got to go. That's why the little things matter. That's all the things we harp on matter, because we don't have as big a margin of error there when team is not filled with the same amount of talent.
The Brewers will be back in action for spring training in 2026.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A lot happened over the weekend. Friday night, Shohei happened. Saturday, the Badgers football team was shut out. And Sunday, the Packers ended up winning, and they are 4-1-1.
Yeah!
That's
that
Kyle.
made my Sunday, boy.
That's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Stroph's running the show. KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We've been discussing the letter to Badger Nation from Luke Fickle. Starts by saying that he, spent some time with those Rose Bowl teams Brad was mentioning earlier. And ultimately, it's just hard for me to read something that is like, where I know what the point is at the end, and it's just like I'm not gonna feel any better.
I thought it was a parody letter. I did.
Somebody tweeted me and was like, "Dude, this guy definitely stuck the question in AI in ChatGPT and was like, spit out something for me."
Now
please.
that's good because it felt. Now, obviously, you're sending it to a lot of recipients, so you have to use a level of professionalism and media. But like, what he's asking of Badger fans is to say, trust me, trust Luke Fickle, and trust that we're going to lead you to the promise. You've done nothing.
Why should
to
I do
deposit
that?
Trust into the hearts of Badger fans, and it sickens me. It makes me. It frustrates me so much.
Let me read one part here that I think is fascinating. The results simply are not where any of us want them to be. Coach Fickle sees the potential in what this team can be, as do I, and he shares the same disappointment and frustration. Look, like the potential this team can be, like not like you're just straight lying to everyone's faces. You're acting as if Badger fans are so dumb that they can't look at what happened against Iowa and Ohio State, and this is heading into Oregon, which you're gonna get blown out again.
Yeah, you're going to Oregon. This ain't at home. This ain't at Camp Randall. If you can't score at Camp Randall, you definitely ain't flying 3 time zones or 2 time zones to think you're gonna compete at Oregon.
So it's just like that's like when you say it feels like like the potential.
It can't be real.
Like what are you talking about,
what
man?
What else? What do y'all want to hear? He's fired. Luke Fickle's
Yes.
fired. And then what? Y'all trust Mac to get it right the next time?
No, that's the thing. From top down, this has been a catastrophe. Now, this whole time, I will say, hand in the air, when Luke Fickle was hired, it's Jim Leonard or Luke Fickle. Jim Leonard, close to the program. He is like your prototypical Wisconsin son of the program who went on to have a remarkable career. However, Luke Fickle was the darling next big head coaching hire. So when he got hired, I applauded it. I said, okay, let's go. This guy took Cincinnati to a college football, a 4-team college football playoff. Imagine what he could do at Wisconsin, right? Ohio State product. I said, this couldn't be a miss. So I was right there with him. I can't necessarily fault Mac for making this hire, right? Because I think it was universally received as a good move. I was 50-50 on giving him fireable offense type blame. However, the last 2 weeks, this message to your Wisconsin alum and talking to the team and basically saying if he doesn't fire Coach Fickle, he wears all the blame. He wears all of it because not only did he hire them, but you are looking at this catastrophe, this Titanic, as Ben called it, as I think that's very well put, and saying that this is okay, this is not a fireable offense, and we're going to double down on it. That's what he's doing. This is a double and triple down on a massive mistake. You cut bait and you redirect at this point.
On the Carbless Talk and text line, Joe from Sun Prairie chimes in. And it is, I think, worth the lengthiness. I have been a season ticket holder since 2007. I cannot believe the letter that Chris Macintosh sent out. The fact that they will not address the most critical issue, which is the coaching. I have friends and neighbors who are involved with the Sun Prairie football program, and echo Brad's response that the coaches from the high school systems in Wisconsin are not being contacted at all by this coaching administration. We used to protect our own, then go outside the state to fill the rest of the gaps. All the money in the world is not going to fix this program. If you're a top flight QB from the state of Wisconsin, why would you commit to the Badgers when you know every year they're bringing in fifth-year seniors? And again, I can't find a better way to get this message across other than it's hitting so deep now that money obviously is super important, but when you lose the foundation of what you had and then you're losing the ideology of we should invest money in this program. You've lost everything you've built now. Legitimately. Brad, you tweeted everything's been destroyed from the last 30 years. But when you literally built your foundation on Wisconsin, and Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin, of high school recruiting and whatnot, and nationally, you're just an embarrassment, you've lost all the appeal. That the longer this goes on with this regime, the further you're setting yourself back. The sooner you move on, the earlier you can start mending fences and telling everyone that loves Badger football, high school coaches, fans, recruits, donors, you name anyone who wants to see this program great, the sooner you get rid of what you are dragging on, the sooner you can start building towards something. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself back each week you go on.
Well, it's really quite remarkable. I mean, Luke Fickle basically looked into the face of Wisconsin culture and said, not interested in continuing it. And all the things that make it great, from the change of the offensive structure, right, all the way back to the air raid offense, to not recruiting Wisconsin guys, to not implementing toughness, all these different Wisconsin traditions. I mean, even the small ones, for the longest time, all Wisconsin teams walked out to Where the Streets Have No Name. It became by U2, one of the staples of Wisconsin. Oh, that was changed. So all these things have got completely broken down and changed. And what's crazy to me is this all has happened under Mac's watch. He's a Wisconsin kid. He went to Wisconsin. Now the AD there, he's letting all these things that define Wisconsin football culture be completely torn down. It makes no sense.
Well, he got it wrong. That's what it comes down to. He got it wrong. He fired Paul.
So why
Chris.
double down?
Triple down.
Triple down.
So this is what I'm reading into it. I'm reading into it that he understands there's a fire right now, right? There's a fire. You got fans chanting "Fire Fickle" multiple times. You got your football coach going on the podium saying they will come back when we win. When we win, they will come back. He is acknowledging that right now it is a dumpster fire. And Chris Macintosh is trying to be the fireman, and he's trying to calm the flames. That's all he's trying to do. I, for one, am not going to sit here today on October 20th of 2025 thinking by the time we get to November of 2025, after they lose to Minnesota, the Axe Days in Minnesota, that Luke Fickle will be the head football coach that week after. No, they're going to fire Luke Fickle. I have no doubts whatsoever. All he's trying to do is calm people down, simmer everybody down. He can't come up.
The opposite happened.
He can't. I'm telling y'all, this football team.
So you're basically waiting until after the season.
Who puts out a statement to Badger Nation on a Monday? Ever heard of Friday news dump?
People put out statements all the time to show support for coaches, and then all of a sudden the coaches get fired. And so what I believe is going to happen after the end of this season, because he knows that they're not going to win many football games. He may be looking at games against Washington, and he's going to look at the game against Minnesota. He's going to look at the game against Illinois. Those are going to be 3 games that he gets judged off of. How well do we compete? If we get blown out in those games where we lose by 2 scores, as we have in every single Big Ten game this year and every single loss this year, then he has to go. But if they go and they upset Illinois, if they go and they compete against Minnesota. Again, Again,
you're in loony land.
I'm not in loony land. I'm just letting y'all know.
There's no if.
So what I'm saying is those are the 3 games that we should start on our calendar. Not about the Wisconsin Badgers winning. About what do they show in those games?
I'm done with
so you think Fickle's job is salvageable? You think he can still?
If the Badgers go out there, and again, I don't believe this. I think he's going to get fired regardless. But the Badgers beat Illinois, beat Washington, beat Minnesota. He stays.
I mean, that would be
what are we talking about?
No,
they just scored 0 points in 2 straight
That's
weeks.
what I'm trying to tell you.
I understand what you're trying to tell me, but I ain't going to listen to it.
He's getting fired. He's trying to be the fireman to calm everybody down because he hears all the noise. Barry Alvarez is going to have to do the same thing when he gets on the show. And Barry Alvarez is going to have to now finally
6-8 today on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Finally, Barry might be able to say something a little bit more like, "Hey, like y'all saw the comment from Mac. We got to get more resources in here, or ain't nobody going to be around here." He can probably be a little bit more open book when it comes to it. But I'm telling y'all this right now: if the Wisconsin Badgers do not win a conference game this year, and they only win 2 football games, giving them one of the worst seasons they've had in 30-plus years, Luke Fickle will be fired because the donors that you're going to knock on the door of, them donors are not going to stand from it. They have very rich people and powerful people who can help make some decisions. I can promise you. Ain't none of them rich people going to say, I'm going to open up my pocketbooks to a team that went 2-9 this year. So Luke Fickle, if they do not win another game this year, will be fired. If they get blown, if they don't compete against Illinois, or maybe they beat Illinois and they don't compete against Minnesota and don't compete against Washington, he's going to get fired. The writing's on the wall for me. I ain't going to look too much in this. He's getting fired.
I guess that's my concern.
Phil in Cedarburg's been on hold for a little bit. Let's get to Phil in Cedarburg on the Carbless Talking text line.
Oh, hey, gentlemen. Am I on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm a little confused about Fickle a little bit because, here's one thing. He came from Ohio State, which I never believe in hiring people from big programs because they're used to having the best players. They're generally not very creative offenses, not creative defenses. They're doing it based on having the best players on the field, and so that's what he came from. Then he went to Cincinnati, and the guy was really successful. So I'm like, what the heck? He had a good run at Cincinnati. So what I kind of came to the conclusion was he must have had good assistants at Cincinnati. He must have had a good offensive coordinator. He must have had a good defensive coordinator, and he hasn't had that at Wisconsin. The guy that we had, Phil Longo, was a joke. This guy that we have as defense, the defense looks okay, but, I don't think offenses are doing, anything creative against us. You got a guy like Tressel also came from that Ohio State, branch or whatever. Those guys are used to having the best players on the field. You can't pick guys. Wisconsin has never had the best players on the field.
You do make some points, but again, Tressel and Fickle did come from Cincinnati where they had to build something.
Well, they built something in a lesser conference. They were competitive. More importantly, they were able to develop players. They were able to do that. He's been able to recruit.
Marcus Freeman was an assistant.
Marcus Freeman
head
was
coach of Notre Dame.
He sure was. He sure was. And so, but what he was able to do at Cincinnati was he was able to recruit, which I believe, based off the rankings, he was able to recruit kids here. They're just not developing. He was able to develop them there, and he's not developing them here. And
how many have you been slugging down, Brad?
When I'm trying to drown my sorrows because of my team, it's several. But at least I get to celebrate when I watch the Packers on Sunday, and there's so much more to celebrate whenever I open up the fridge and crack open a Carbless. A Carbless is just my go-to ready-to-drink cocktail that always hits. It meets me when I'm, bummed about my alma mater, but also when I'm watching the Brewers or whatever sports, Carbless is the perfect teammate to be able to enjoy, and it is a guilt-free experience. There's no carbs, no sugars, no gluten, only 100 calories per can, and just the right amount of carbonation. Not too much to upset the stomach, but just enough to quench that thirst. It's just another way that Carbless completely sets itself from everybody else. It is like a ready-to-made, perfectly constructed cocktail right in a can. And not only that, there's a flavor for everybody. So whether you want to feel like, you bring back a little bit of summer with some fruit flavors or margarita, or you're leaning into the fall and winter season and just want some of those classic cocktails, Carbless has a flavor for you. If you want to be able to enjoy it like I do, then go to your local grocer, pick up a couple Carbless, and enjoy everything and experience why less is more with Carbless.
The Green Bay Packers won due to a 4th and 2 completion to Tucker Kraft. How they got there is still mind-boggling to me. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit espnmilwaukeetravel.com for full details.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
When storms hit or accidents happen, it's not just about property, it's about people. I'm Mandy Grimal-Lococo with Grimal & Associates Insurance. We help families bundle home, auto, and life coverage so you're never facing life's what-ifs alone. With the heavy rains we've seen in Milwaukee, we'll review your policy to be sure water backup, sump pump failures, and flood risks don't drain your wallet. Your home is more than walls and a roof, it's where life happens. At Grimal & Associates Insurance in Shorewood, we're here to protect your home, your family, and your peace of mind. Call us today at 414-332-0838.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp therapists have helped more than 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy, like the right question or a safe space to cry or a small win, can really change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take that step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
At Wilde Automotive, we make it easier than ever to get you into America's best-selling trucks and SUV during Wilde Truck and SUV Month. Ford, Ram, Chevy, GMC, Jeep, Kia, Volkswagen, and more. Wilde is your one-stop shop for trucks and SUV. All makes, models, and sizes. Choose 0 down, 0 payments till 2026, or 0% financing. All with our low price guarantee. All in one place. Wilde Truck and SUV Month going on now.
Go to ewaldeauto.com.
On select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you or a loved one is looking to get homeowners insurance or car insurance, look no further than American Family Insurance. And what I love about American Family Insurance, it's so easy. All you got to do is go to amfam.com. Go to amfam.com, and guess what? You can find an agent near you. It is that simple. Or if you are looking to get a quote, guess what? You can get an instant quote online. All you got to do is hit get quote, and bada boom, bada bang, you put in your zip code, put in some information, whether you want car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, and they are able to hook you up, but also they can bundle it it as well. It's all so easy with American Family Insurance. So all you got to do, go to amfam.com today and find an agent near you, or you can get a quote instantly. Visit amfam.com today.
FIFA 96 or 98, I think this was a song back in the day on my in
What are
64.
you dinging for? How you know?
Yeah, you were born in 95.
No, he's born in 98, 97.
98.
So when I was playing FIFA 98, you were just coming into the
This
world.
was on the FIFA Road to World Cup 98 soundtrack.
Wow. Damn! See, isn't it crazy how a song can take you to a certain moment?
That is crazy.
There's a few of those, like viscerally from like Madden 2004. There was a couple soundtracks that like
second best Madden of all time.
2004. Was that Ray Lewis on the cover?
That was Michael Vick.
Michael Vick.
He was
Michael
unstoppable.
Vick.
Yeah, you run to the line and then you just press the run button and then you just dash.
That was the last Madden where you could put players at any position. So you could make Mike Vick a running back, and it was before their technology would like affect positional ratings. So he would still be a 99 at running back.
Oh, wow.
Great. Yeah.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, taking in the nostalgia because anything that we just talked a lot about Wisconsin football. So start thinking back to when times were good. But I need a second for the blood pressure here. So we will, I guess my blood pressure might still be high, not as high as the Badgers are. But I find this fascinating. Matt LaFleur, 4th and 2 after a pitch out to the right on 3rd and 1. Sends the field goal team out, calls timeout, and here's how they get to the decision to go for it on 4th down.
Well, when our quarterback's coming off and I can see the disdain on his face, and I looked up at the clock, saw how much time was left. It wasn't by any means a chip shot, although Lucas has come in and done a hell of a job. So I just one of those deals where I was like, no matter what we call, this guy's going to make it work. And that's exactly what happened.
I mean, Brad, I'm going to lean on you, but the whole process, how they got there, I'm the game decisions, the time management, like the flow of the game. I've reached the point where it's just like, how are you making the decision as a head coach of a team that I think everyone believes can be great, and you're making it based off a face of a player that probability wise, you go for it. Analytics say go for it, but now you're going for it because he gave you the look of disdain. Like, dude, go win the damn game. I mean, did you not learn from Dallas? Go win the damn game.
And if you're the better team, you should have confidence that your guys can pull it off. You want to go ahead and end that game. You're not trying to pull a fast one by trying to upset. And it's just the common thread that we've seen with the Green Bay Packers, right? Especially this team, but even more so in the past, all the way back to the Rodgers eras, that this team really does a pretty good job of stockpiling talent. But there's moments, game situation moments, particularly in the first half that I saw, but then at the end of the game where you leave your head scratching, whether it be play calls, decision making. I was shocked when initially they did send out the field goal team because it seemed like the offense was humming. Jordan Love had some confidence. He was making completions. This goes to where I still don't think Matt LaFleur is confident in-game decisions. Not only decisions, like truly in the moment, like, should I kick a field goal? Should I go for it? Should I punt? I don't think he's confident in that. And even game plan type play calling. Sometimes it works. Other times it's like, wait a minute, what are we doing? You just described the pitch on 3rd and short. I mean, there are plenty of ways that you can scheme a guy open. Or if you're going to run the ball, it's Josh Jacobs. Just go forward. Go straight ahead.
Sideline is sideline. I feel like we keep talking about that.
So the fact that he had the decision to go conservative, kick a field goal, but then you see the fire in Jordan Love's belly, and that's what convicted you to do it. This team needs to figure out who they are. And that starts with Matt LaFleur, because these situations where you're uncertain or you don't really know what you're going to do or you make the bad decision, you can beat Arizona like that. But to beat good teams in the playoffs, that's usually where it comes back and bites you.
Yeah, see, I'm not too concerned about this because we look at it differently. I was actually very excited to see the fact that Jordan Love actually has some emotion. Jordan Love actually said, no, we going for this. That is what I want for my quarterback, because I understand in NFL games, there are many times where coaches got to make decisions. I understand Matt LaFleur, we can question some of his decision-making from the past, but it's good to know that my quarterback actually came to the sideline and said, bump stat, we not doing this. Let's go for it, and that's exactly what they did. I recall last year year when the Green Bay Packers took on the Detroit Lions, and I believe that Dan Campbell was going to send out the kicking team on 4th and 1, and then all of a sudden Jared Goff convinced them to go for it, and they ended up giving the ball to David Montgomery and put the game away against the Green Bay Packers. That is exactly the mentality that I want for a coach to be able to know that their player, if they want to do something, I'm going to follow through. So while y'all might be upset about Matt LaFleur indecision or the bad play call he had on 3rd and 2. I'm actually excited to know that my quarterback, who has driven this football team down the field multiple times this year, whether they're up by a score to put the game away, whether they're down by some points to go ahead or tie up the game, Jordan Love has shown the ability to bring this team back the way that they need it. And the fact that he finally had an opportunity to tell his head football coach, 4th and 2, that was from like the 47, or no, it was probably a little bit further 42 or something like that. For him to say, hey, we going for it. This is what I want to do. And Matt LaFleur looked in his eye and said, we're going to do it. That is a big moment for the Green Bay Packers organization, because what we know about this season isn't just about week 7, week 6. It's about the Packers figuring themselves out. They have the luxury this year that no team is a dominant football team where they can get their stuff figured out, which we saw on Sunday yesterday. There's a lot to get figured out. But if my football quarterback, right, if the leader of my football team now has the confidence to say, Matt, we're going for it, but also can convert on 4th down, that's going to build his swagger, build his confidence, and overall make him a better leader of men on the football field. So I'm actually excited that he told Matt, let's go for it, and it actually worked out with them winning that football game, because now Matt LaFleur knows in those situations, I got Jordan Love. Ain't no problem. We're going to make this happen. We need Jordan Love to continue to have that type of compassion about wanting to go for it, because if he gets it like that, we got a quarterback that can lead us to a championship. So I love the decision. I love the fact he listened to his quarterback.
It was fairly uncharacteristic of Jordan Love, right? He's usually kind of a good soldier and a go with the guy, but to actually put a little bit of resistance, that is good. And he followed up with a pretty cold-blooded throw.
Yeah, he did. But not only a cold-blooded throw, he drove him down there and we got the touchdown. He told Matt, bumps that, go for the win, and that's exactly what they did. He followed it up.
Matt LaFleur should do that from the start.
Mouse has to know that this is a no-brainer. The Mouse has to know that they need to go for it in that situation. Looking at your quarterback in the face after you just had a blown 10-0 lead against the Browns, the tie against the Cowboys, it's just it's the same situation that we keep coming back to, the indecision. And literally, he when you look at Matt LaFleur in those situations on the sideline, he doesn't make you feel confident, because you can see him spinning the wheels on how he's going to approach it when that one is clear as day. Josh DiMaggio tweeted out the success rate if you kick the field goal versus go for it. Analytically, it's obviously go for it. Plus, if you believe your team is that good, and we think they are good, and they are 4-1-1, you do it, because that's what great teams do. They trust their players to execute. And it wouldn't have been the end of the game, but I mean, if we complain about going down against the Browns the way they did, and the tie in which they hadn't been stopped in the red zone 4 straight times against the Cowboys, going and based off a feel of the look of your quarterback, and I agree, Kyle, that Jordan Love should be upset based off the pure way of a game in the NFL goes nowadays. But Matt LaFleur's got to be ahead of this.
It almost seems like Matt LaFleur is trying to figure it out in the moment, right? I mean, so many coaches will pre-decide, okay, if it's 4th and 3 or less, and this is the situation, and analytics tells me to go for it, I'm going to go for it. And then here is my roster of plays that I have schemed expertly in order to go ahead and get it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times you watch, the offensive minds of the NFL, whether it be Shanahan, McVay, or Andy Reid, or whoever else. When it's 4th and 2, or it's 3rd and goal and they only need 2 yards, they masterfully concoct plays. There's no hesitation. I know we're going to go for it. I know this is the play call, and I know it's going to work. It just seems like Matt LaFleur has momentary indecision. He hasn't pre-decided, oh, yeah, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go for it. That's why it just seems like, as you said, I see that same thing, Ben, from the sideline. It just feels like there's just moments of uncertainty. Panic might be too strong, but where he's like, I don't know what I should do, and I'm going to go off my player's face in order to decide.
Yeah, no, again, we can be critical of Matt LaFleur as we should be, but Matt LaFleur made some decent decisions like at the end of the half in order to get us a 61-yard field goal attempt to be able to. That was
big.
That was
big.
That was crucial. So there's going to be moments that guys are going to make poor decisions. But again, for me, we got the win. That was the most important thing. But also Jordan Love, that was a moment for the maturation of Jordan Love to be able to understand that I am that guy. He is that dude. I have been so impressed with the way that Jordan Love has played this season. Now, again, I will love some more consistency from this offense in the sense of putting together 2 first halves where we're scoring points in the first and second half. But overall, what Jordan Love has been able to do, I have no, from you being in Vegas and watching him throw 3 interceptions in that game, and you were in Vegas against that game. Bad decisions. So a bad decision at the end of the Pittsburgh Steelers game. He has grown leaps and bounds to where I believe if Jordan Love has the ball in his hand with 5 minutes left and you're down 3, you're down 4, or you're tied, Jordan Love is going to get you points because he has consistently done that.
Well, we will have plenty of time today, boys, to continue the conversation because the Badgers and the AD put out a letter to Badger Nation. The Packers did find a way to win, which, as I said, going into the weekend, all I did care about was if you find a way to win, you're 4-1-1. And in the parity of the NFL, that is huge. Somehow, some way, the Brewers season ended in a historic fashion, but not the historic fashion that we were hoping from our point of view. We'll hit all of that together next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said? Oh, wow. He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And I just remember watching the Dodgers-Brewers series this year, and it just felt like every time we got their starter out, it was Rap City. We were going to pound on.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We got to make these games long. We got to battle these starting pitchers. We got to make them get their pitch count up and get in that pen. We get in that pen, we're going to be penning our way to a World Series.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
It came down to the wire in Arizona as the Packers went on the road to take on the Cardinals. Down 23-20 with less than 2 minutes left in the game, Josh Jacobs ran it in for his second touchdown of the game to seal the win for the green and gold. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the win.
I can't say enough about our guys. From the moment we got on the trip, nothing seemed to go right. To in-game, there was a lot of things that didn't go right, but the guys kept battling, and that's what it takes in this league. But our guys, they're a resilient group, and I'm just really proud of them.
The Packers will gear up to face off against a familiar face in Aaron Rodgers as they will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers for Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with, and you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's Connie's Urban Pie and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. You know, I'm having a hard time making sense of this. So obviously, the Brewers season ended in a sweep. They got sweeped, as I said incorrectly.
Swept, whatever it was.
Whatever it was, it
whatever
happened.
room they want to use, they used it, and they used it real well.
So the Brewers make it to the NLCS. And I think everyone, we've had plenty of money conversations, right? So you got the Brewers owner who's got a great team but won't spend money. And then from a Badger football perspective, you have a program that sucks and is asking for money. Somebody make that make sense.
Very ironic. It's very ironic. The state of two different programs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Very different.
I will say.
But there are teams.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Both need to spend more money.
I will say, reflecting on our Friday show and the Brewers, Kyle, you and I we were all right. Kyle and I, you said, hey, to get blown out, that would be the best way to end the station. And they sure got blown out. And you said, Ben, they're going to have to make a movie on this team. They're going to make a movie on Shohei's performance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So the Brewers,
in Japan, they sure are.
We were all part of it. We were all right. How about that?
Yeah, I've been seeing this would be the equivalent of a quarterback in football throwing for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, and then basically being Micah Parsons on defense as well.
Yeah.
Stuff that high school kids do. That's what legitimately that's what you see high school kids do. You see the real best high school players that can pitch and hit. They'll hit a home run or 2 in a game, strike out 10 guys because they're just that much better. What Shohei did was incredible. I was busy during the first inning of the game and I saw it was 3-0. I said, "What in the world is happening?" And then I saw the highlight of the bomb.
470.
And then the second bomb. I said, wait a minute. Because actually I was watching it and he said, Brian Anderson. I said, why is Brian so excited? What is going on? And then because usually
he's got to be neutral.
But
he's doing his best.
No. He had leaned towards the Brewers for a lot of stuff. But the level of excitement in the second home run, hey, it's another one out of here. I'm looking like, what? I said, wait, did he? What do you mean he hits it out of here? What,
legitimately.
Like gone.
Because I think I must have been at a hotel looking at a hotel. And I was like, what? I said, I got to go find this on social media. He hit it out the park. And then so we get in the car to go home. And I'm listening. I said, I don't want to listen to this no more. I get home. And then I see everybody going crazy on social media. I said he hit a third one. Because I couldn't do it. It was too sad, too depressing to watch the game. And when I saw that he hit a third home run, I said, oh, my gosh. I said, what is this, a video game? Backyard baseball? Kenny? Wheelchair Kenny? You know
Wheelchair Kenny.
Of course.
He was Pablo Sanchez. That's who he was.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he was
if you missed game 4, Kyle Wallace just recapped it all for you.
Yeah, a whole bunch
and
of
10Ks.
In 2011 and 2018, I felt like the Brewers could have, should have, maybe won this whole series against the Dodgers. They maxed out. The better team won. They're probably going to win the World Series. And then they left us with a no-doubter on Friday night.
Oh, listen, there's not a team left that can match up with them. Not a team.
Yeah.
Not a team. Toronto got some guys, but they're not a team.
Vladimir Guerrero has hit 6 home runs in the 2025 postseason. And I'm trying my best, Strofe. Vladdy Jr. I'm trying to think back. I'm pretty sure when you put the Brewers notes in front of me, they had the Brewers franchise number of home runs record. I think it was 7.
I think it might have been 6 even.
Vladdy Jr. has it in 1 season. And they may go playoff.
How many games? Like 10 games?
I think it's only 4.
Okay, that makes it worse.
Jackson Churio, Orlando RC, and Prince Fielder have all hit 4 in the postseason.
Come on.
Is that... Are you sure?
We haven't made the
I'm pretty
playoffs,
sure it was only 4 because when Jackson hit his first of the postseason, he hit 2, right?
Damn. I mean, it just made
I'm
me...
surprised Braun doesn't have more home runs. He was on more of those playoffs.
On! Yelich has been part of the team. I know he's been hurt, but damn!
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's only 4.
Man,
okay,
Vlad
well...
Jr.
Braun has only hit 2 in the postseason.
Wow.
Same with Yelich.
We don't got no damn Vladdy. Shohei.
Yeah, so this postseason, Vlad Guerrero Jr. has hit more home runs than any Brewer ever in the postseason, all time.
That's kind of where I wanted to get to, but just didn't think it was only 4, and he's got 6.
I mean, but he's a special talent, and he's a special talent.
We have special talents.
Well, our special talent in Christian Yelich is past his prime, and in the playoffs, he definitely hasn't stepped up. We have Jackson Churio, so Jackson. I mean,
he might be that.
Yeah, no, Jackson is that.
Well, he's not this Vlad level.
I mean, the problem is, as we all saw, it's not just that Vladdy Jr.'s doing it or Shohei's doing it. It's the majority of like the depth that they have that I think, as I'm having conversations with people about the Brewers' future, I'm excited. But when you're like, all right, can Sal and Bryce make that jump? I think they can make a jump.
Is that going to be the next?
But
make
the jump.
Take the next step.
Make the jump.
Take the next step.
Can they make the massive leap? I don't know. Can they take a jump? Absolutely. But you need some of these guys to take massive leaps to be able to have this type of production that you need to go further than they have.
I mean, what you're seeing from a lot of these guys, and when you're talking about Vlad, when you're talking about Shohei, when you're talking about the big dumper, right, Cal Riley, you're talking about guys that have been consistent, right? They're coming up in big moments. The Brewers depended on a 21-year-old in Jackson Churio to come up with the big moments. Like if he's the guy that has to come up in his second year in baseball, then you're off. But if we're talking about 2 years from now where he'll be a little bit older, more experienced, then yeah, I feel like we have a guy that could do that. But you have to build a roster around him, but you also have to invest in that roster around him. I feel good that Mark Antanasio knows he's very close. He's very close. When a young talent comes, go ahead and invest in some guys to put around him, probably some starting pitching, and the Brewers are going to be okay. I'm telling y'all this right now. By the time I'm 40, the Brewers are going to win a World Series.
All right, let's slow down, Kyle.
No, what do you mean? I'm not slowing down.
You've thrown Jordan Love into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Brewers are winning.
He's a Super Bowl win away.
He's more than that.
He's more than that.
He's about a decade of good
If he
play.
wins the Super Bowl and he plays consistent like he has so far, it doesn't take much. Eli Manning going to the damn Hall of Fame.
He won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he won 2. Defense won him 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, okay.
2 is 2. Packers have 1 since 2010.
Y'all poo-pooing on my championship parade. You hear this, Strofe?
It's just a very bold prediction. I think you might be right.
It's a big proclamation.
They need a little bit.
The team that has never won a World Series and hasn't been back there since '82 is now winning one by the time you're 40.
The Royals won 1.
Okay, that's not helping the argument. We're back in 2 minutes.
I appreciate his optimism despite the loss. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I do too.
It was a fun summer. Thank you, Mark.
Now we're officially back in 2 minutes.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The shot clock's winding down, and Saturn Lounge scores at the buzzer. When your marketing needs a slam dunk, our team drives the lane with creative strategy, branding, websites, video storytelling, and marketing campaigns that win. We run the full court press in every engagement, pushing the pace, finding that open shot, and delivering the highlight reel results. Our Saturn Lounge team ensures that your marketing content and campaigns dominate like a champion. Don't settle for a turnover or a missed shot or a wasted possession. Let Saturn Lounge run your marketing game plan now. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Brewers are eliminated. The Badgers got shut out.
No. You got to say they've got shut out again.
Again.
First time in back-to-back games since the 70s.
They haven't scored a touchdown in like 11 quarters.
That is crazy.
First time at home since the 60s.
I don't think they crossed the 50 until the final drive.
Don't get me started on the final drive.
Let's get him started. Get him started.
That was the most embarrassing effort that I've seen. Not so much from the players, but from a coach. When you talk about pride, right? When you talk about playing for the W, Luke Fickle doesn't understand what the hell that means to play for the W. Luke Fickle doesn't understand the foundation of having some sense of pride. The fact that the Wisconsin Badgers in that game, they got the football with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They haven't scored a point in weeks now. And the fact that they're down 34-0 in that game, you would think you see teams do it all the time, right? We seen it against people, garbage time touchdowns. You try to drive down the field to get some type of garbage time touchdown. Nope, not Luke Fickle. Luke Fickle sees 5 minutes left on the clock, and he's saying, boy, how can we get out here the soonest? Let's just run the ball, 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 run the ball. Maybe a little pass, run the ball. All he did was he wanted to run out the clock. I've never seen a football program have so lack of pride to run the football, to run the clock out. That's what losers do. When you are playing a team that's better than you, you're getting blown out, what do? Let's just get out of here so our guys don't get injured. No. Wisconsin, we're just the losers. We're the team that you're just trying to get up out of here so you don't get injured. Meanwhile, Ohio State is still beating up on us. We just trying to, let's just try to run out the clock to get out of here. Uninspiring.
When's my press conference? How quickly can I get to my car?
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I was sitting there. I wasn't even mad during the game.
I don't know how you were watching the game at that point.
Well,
that's remarkable, fan.
Did you make it through it?
Hell no.
Brad, did you make it through it?
I couldn't.
Kyle?
I made it.
Clearly.
I made it through too.
I watched the entire
Do you watch the whole game?
I watched the whole game, yeah.
Yeah,
do you guys enjoy pain?
No.
So here's the thing.
What are you going to learn?
No, it's not that, guys. It's not that. It's number one, I feel like I have a responsibility to watch the backup punter call his own shot and fake a punt. I think, watching Sean West decide, hey, I'm probably not going to play here much longer. I might as well just run it. That was awesome.
The stones on that, man.
Seeing the depressed visual that was jump around, I felt like I had a responsibility to take that in because Frankly, Wisconsin football has never been this low in my entire lifetime. Period. End of sentence. So, do you
watch
pain?
Luke Fickle's press conferences too?
No, I don't. I didn't.
You like Matt LaFleur's to go to bed?
All he's going to sit there and say in the press conference, we've never been here before, and I don't know
how we're going to get out of it, but those guys in that locker room, man, anyway. But so to answer your question, no, I don't enjoy pain. However, I'm just disassociated at this point. I don't care. I think it's kind of funny, to be honest with you.
It is comical.
It's a little bit comedic.
It's comical. Who I was
I'm
with?
Not there.
I was with somebody this weekend who's a Minnesota.
I get it. I'm not going to blame anybody that do find the comedy.
Well, you two are both alums of the school. You guys both went to UW-Madison. I didn't. I went to Stevens Point. I literally lived a horrible football team all 4 years I was in college, so now you guys know how I feel on a much different level.
I was going to say, don't you put yourself in a
listen, I grew up loving these Wisconsin. When I say I love Wisconsin Badgers, there's one football program, it was one sport. Me and my brother, we both love sports. There's one thing we used to bond over. We used to bond over looking at who's coming to Wisconsin, getting recruited to Wisconsin. When our little cousin was going to Wisconsin, we damn near cried. We was like, oh, my gosh, look at the article about him. So seeing this football program get to the point where there's 5:35 left in the fourth quarter, and they're down 34-0, and they run the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. They run the ball.
Is this the LeBron speech?
No, it's not. It's the loser speech. They ran the ball 8 times and ran the clock down to 41 seconds left. 41 seconds left. That is a team that's just trying to get up out of there. Embarrassing. They didn't even try to score.
You're making it worse.
No, this is.
I understand.
If I was Mac, I would have been waiting. I would have been waiting. Bumps to press con. What was that?
Waiting for him at the
I wouldn't wait for it to do.
Start of the locker room.
What's going on? So we not even trying no more? We just gonna run the ball out? We trying to run the clock out? We not trying to score? What's going on?
This is the thing. This program's on life support.
That's what we could even do this about the first half.
Yeah.
They did the same thing. I know Ohio State hasn't given up a touchdown or whatever, and like their defense is incredible.
The whole first half.
What touchdown. The hell do you have to lose?
Yeah,
you're gonna lose anyway. You weren't gonna beat Ohio State.
They thought.
Break one. Like, what do you're gonna run the clock out at the end of the first half because you think it's gonna help give you a tighter game and keep you in the game? Are you outside your damn mind? You know you're not gonna win this game.
That's true.
So I mean, at this point. Just throw it. They pick it off. It's no different than what we're going to see.
Well, he wanted to keep it close. It was 17-0 at halftime. That way, he wanted to keep it close.
It's not going to change anything.
And honestly, too, when the punter took off for the fake punt, I was like, okay, a little bit of fireworks. Turns out the dude just did it on his own.
Oh, yeah,
he did. Call.
You thought Luke Fickle called that?
I did.
No, he saw that everybody turned their back, and then I he did a good job of that. Whoop, and got the first down. Because I'm sure if he didn't get it, Luke Fickle would have said, "What are you doing?"
No. He'd been like, "What are you doing?" It's okay. Go sit down.
But that's it. But I just want y'all to understand how far this program has fallen from when we. Got a new coach.
What are you doing to us right now?
No, in 2023, the Wisconsin Badgers going into the fourth quarter were down 17-10 at home against Ohio State. They were down 17-10, 7 points. They actually had a chance to win that football game. They were close in that game. Might have been up in that game at some point. No, they weren't. But they were close in that game. We went from losing 24-10 to a top 10 team in Ohio State to getting boat raced by Iowa.
What's sad is, too, you only get 12 Wisconsin games. You're the whole year, right? You get 12 Saturdays, and those used to be some of the best days of the whole year. You wake up on Saturday morning, you got college game day. Maybe you tune into Wisconsin College Game Day to get you ready for it, but you hear my voice. But now I dread Saturdays. I don't even want to turn it on. I know how it's going to end. It's going to ruin my day. The only thing I have going for me is that now I expect losses. So, it's hard to get heartbroken when your expectations are that low.
Yeah, the Badgers were tied in that 2023 game, 10-10 in the third quarter.
This was an interesting point as well. The Fickle era is one of those things where we don't even know how good he is at situational coaching because we've never been in an important or tight game since he became the coach. That's a text I got from a fellow alum. The only thing I can think of is maybe Oregon. Like, it was kind of close.
Yeah.
Last year. But more importantly,
Penn State was close too.
And the other part to pinpoint the problem
is how do you do that and then get blown out by Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota?
Yeah. So clearly there's a culture issue, but we don't know. The recruiting isn't very good. The development isn't very good. The in-game coaching isn't very good. Like, it's all bad. You can't even pinpoint a problem. It's not like he's like, well, at least they're top 20 in recruiting. Everything that you can measure with this program is trash.
Let's go to the Carbless Talk and text line. Diana McGuanago, you're on with Kyle Bruston Ortman. Dirty D.
What?
Hey,
Hold
Dirty
on
D.
for 1 minute.
No, that doesn't work. That don't work. Like that.
This is live radio.
When you say 1 minute, do you mean 5 seconds or do you mean 60 seconds, Dirty D? Now, what
No, just one. Just hold on one second.
Put her on hold, so.
All right, Diana.
Because it's Dirty D.
No. 1 minute went from 1 minute to 1 second. So now we're going to
only give this to Dirty D. This amount of credit.
Okay. My girl there. We good. What you got? What you talking about, Dirty D?
Yeah, first of all, when it comes to the Badgers, they should just fire them all. And I got a question for you. Who do you think is going to go to – is it going to be Green Bay go to the Super Bowl or the Brewers going to hit the World Series?
Oh. What happens first? Classic radio segment.
I like that. Good job.
That was worth the wait. It was worth the wait.
It was. KBN Nation.
Tune in to June 1st, 2026 for the answer to that question.
Yeah, for real, though.
Right in the dead of summer.
Well, technically, I guess the Packers would be the team now.
No. Jason Wilde's joining us next, but first, I'm going to tell you about Palermo's, not just because it's Victory Monday, because they have delicious pizzas, and I had some people over, and you know what I was doing. We had an urban pie, but of course, you got to have the thin and crispy tavern style and an OG Screamin'. Literally, like it's a smorgasbord of the best pizzas that you can get made by Palermo's. And for me, we call it Hog Night. Hog Night! On Friday, we get the Boss Hog ready to go, and it is absolutely amazing. It is. Anyone who comes over to the Brust household on Frozen Pizza Friday will experience the Boss Hog, and then they get that.
Hog Friday!
Hog Friday!
Whole lot of meats, baby.
Hog Friday.
I bet that's catching on at the Brust household.
If you come over, you know Boss Hog is in the oven.
Do you make people go,
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but does your wife refer to it as Hog Friday?
I do. Boss Hog, urban pie.
Hog Friday!
Hog Friday. Taste what all that screaming is about. And find your screaming pleasure in your local grocer's freezer. Jason will be next.
Hog Friday.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
We were going to extend more invites, but I just jumped the gun for some reason at the meeting because I thought I was being like funny and personable, and I just don't know how to read the room. I was like, oh, this guy who doesn't know me is going to think it's hilarious that I'm with Josh, and I'm saying, hey, Josh, you didn't get the first round invite. Suck it.
In what world would that person find that funny, though?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're starting off with an accident on the ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the zoo. It is off on the right shoulder. Just watch out for the backups past that scene. Otherwise, westbound is slowing down just before 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, you're looking at delays coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th. And then on 43 southbound at North Avenue, we've got the right shoulder blocked with another crash. So watch out for the delays there. We've got southbound backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down to North Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzards so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of showers, cloudy, windy, a low of 45. Tomorrow, chance of scattered showers, cool, cloudy and windy, a high of 54. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
Greasy Ben Brust, just whichever way the wind's blowing. I have bad posture. I don't have a great backbone, Joshy.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com. That's 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
A historic Brewers season came to an end on Friday after the Los Angeles Dodgers swept the Crew in the NLCS to advance to the World Series. Shohei Ohtani had an historic performance as he threw 6 innings on the mound, 10 strikeouts, and also slugged 3 home runs at the plate. Here's Brewers manager Pat Murphy on the season coming to a close.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience, but that's where you got to go. That's why the little things matter. That's all the things we harp on matter, because we don't have as big a margin of error when the team is not filled with the same amount of talent.
The Brewers will be back in action for spring training in 2026.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
I'm Pat Dunphy of Cannon & Dunphy, and I'm reaching out to you today not as an attorney, but as chair of the board of directors of Guest House. It's an organization that's been dedicated to dealing with the root causes of homelessness in Milwaukee for over 40 years. Its mission is to treat the homeless with dignity and help them rebuild their lives. So help us help the homeless by investing in the Guest House and the Milwaukee community. And also consider attending our gala on Thursday, November 13th.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Stevie chimes in on the Carbless Talk and text line. My dad is 96. We've enjoyed games on Saturdays for years together. The fact that he is devastated by the state of the program breaks my heart. That we can't enjoy this together is devastating.
Man,
dang.
Come on now.
Stevie tugging on the heartstrings there.
Yeah.
Which Stevie is this? A Stevie sports car?
Send that to Chris Macintosh, Stevie.
I want to yeah. Like Murphy Takes 5 back in the day. We need a
Hey, is Policy's Perspective live?
Is that a thing?
Yes.
It's called Policy's Perspective.
Yeah.
Wow. The Packers are so punny.
They announced they would be doing it, but I haven't seen one yet.
Have you sent any questions?
I did, yes. I sent one to the first. Well, I sent one in September, so I don't know if. I got to look if it happened yet.
I wouldn't be mad if Ed Policy had better things to do than answer questions to fans.
Yeah, it's on the website. Policy's Perspective. Looking for the president's perspective on all things Packers. The first Saturday of every month, check out Policy's Perspective, where Ed Policy will write about a topic of interest to Packers fans in the organization and then answer fans' questions. You can email questions to policysperspective@packers.com.
There's too many P's in that.
Wow.
There was a lot of Policy's Perspective Packers.
Is there?
Yeah, it's too much.
I don't think he's done his first one yet.
But he said every first Saturday? Okay, it's been a couple Saturdays.
Yeah, a few months.
That's good, like you said.
Yeah.
He's not. He's
Policy's
focused on the
perspective. He wants
team.
to win championships. Like, who cares what I got to say? If we all win a championship title, I just got to say.
Also, just have a PR person write it as if he's Policy.
That's disingenuous. That's not real Green Bay folksy, man.
Do you think Mark Murphy
old
sat
Shucksy
and
Doodles
wrote out
Midwestern?
each and every one?
Without
Mark Murphy,
a doubt.
yes.
Are you
Mark
kidding me?
Murphy
You could hear the
responded to
Mark Murphy tone in his writing.
Oh, here it is. Grab a Manhattan. Let's talk bye week.
Wow.
Whoa! Look at that. Grab a Manhattan, huh? You little bougie.
I wondered how much personality was
See, like
seep through.
he would have said, he should have said, like if he wants to be related, let's grab an old fashioned, like
brandy old fashioned.
I like it. I mean, I like it.
Nothing Mark Murphy-esque in there.
I'm sure it's very buttoned up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Not like
Okay,
Mark
so
Murphy.
so the line you just said about a PR person might just write it.
Oh, no, Ed. You know what?
It's written just like Murphy.
Oh, no, Mark Murphy wasn't responding.
Run it through AI. See if there's similarities.
Thanks for your question, Ross.
Oh.
There was a lot of conversation about Lions fans at our home opener. However, our fans truly showed up in extraordinary form on Thursday night against the Commanders.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe Mark.
Yikes.
Why do they even do these?
So disingenuous.
It's just a political answer.
Stop it.
Seriously.
They're the president of the Packers, man. They're talking to the public. They're talking to the owners.
Are you
you really felt the connection to Ed Policy reading that one?
I didn't know he already has 2 of them out. I got to go back and read them tonight. I love these things. I've talked about it before. Remember how heartbroken I was when Murphy's Take 5 was coming to an end? My heart was shattered. He didn't answer my question, though, so I'm mad at Ed Policy right now.
How many questions have you submitted?
Just one, because I didn't know he released a newsletter, but we're coming up on the end of the month, so I got to get another one ready.
If you could ask Ed Policy one question, what would you ask him?
Are you going to
Policy's perspective?
In your perspective, is your cornerback room ass or is it just bad?
I don't know if they're going to answer that one, Kyle.
That's a good question.
They might say,
he said, "Thank you, Kyle."
Hey, Kyle, we appreciate your passion and your fandom of the Green Bay Packers. We believe that the guy we signed, Nate Hobbs, like Matt LaFleur just said in his press conference, will rebound from this.
I wonder what his contract is.
3% of snaps Carrington Valentine played, while Nate Hobbs was just the same guy that we saw last week.
It makes no sense. Valentine is actually pretty darn solid.
Valentine plays on the outside. Nate Hobbs was a slot corner, and now they got him playing on the outside. It hasn't been good. Also, the only good thing that Nate Hobbs did was finally this sounds bad. He was hurting his own team in training camp.
Yes.
Kept hitting guys hard. They had to tone it down. Jacoby Brissett was a runner. He laid out Jacoby Brissett. He was fine, but it was a good, clean hit on a runner.
Yeah, he needed a good, clean hit when Trey McBride was trying to get in the end zone for a touchdown. He missed the tackle and whiffed.
It's like the Madden hit stick. Whew. If you miss it, boy, you get nothing but you get like toroed with like a bullfighter.
We're stuck in this kind. He's going to be back next year.
It's front loaded. It was very front heavy.
It looks like it's a team option year 3. So
yeah, it's 2 years.
Classic Packers.
All right, Nate. Listen,
I will say after
Nate, listen, come on.
I mean, what else I'm gonna say? Come on, because right now it's not looking pretty. There's a potential out. Sorry, Brad.
Oh, you're good.
Dead cap of $12 million, but we can get out of it.
Oh no, that's a lot.
Yeah, 12 million is quite a bit.
$12 million for a second and third corner. To just have that on the books?
Well, I guess just pay him 2027, get out of it after that.
Trading for Micah Parsons truly cures all ills from Brian Gutekunst. But his home run of Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney, not necessarily followed up last free agency.
Banks seems to be getting healthy and finding the groove.
Banks is okay, but he's supposed to be a run blocker. We can't run block for anything. The run game is so stagnant.
Oh, Josh Jacobs got going a little bit.
You're doing the thing right. Okay,
not consistent.
The run game was not
only because Josh Jacobs is a dog.
The flow just seemed a little inconsistent yesterday overall. Disjointed offense with the Green Bay Packers.
Man, you are in full green and gold glasses.
I'm not in green and gold glass. I'm just saying yesterday was very disjointed in the first half. I think once the Green Bay Packers decide they want to establish the run game a little bit more, we'll be okay.
I think they've been trying to do that, but they haven't been able to, which is dumbfounding.
And then yesterday as well, I mean, you were trying to save Jacobs a little bit. As they said, he was on a pitch count in the first half. So, I mean, I thought the offensive line was fantastic last week. I thought this week they did a good. I feel like Jordan Love wasn't running for his life, and his legs. Boy. Jordan Love, let me tell you, Ben, we talked about it last offseason. If Jordan Love was going to use those legs, he's going to be so much better. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It makes a big difference.
I didn't know he could use the legs like that, though.
And he is smart. I mean, only one time last year did he put his shoulder down or whatever. He gets that slide in there pretty casual, pretty good. He does, and then he gets up and does that first down. He kind of took that from, not the brush me off, but that first down, kind of like Aaron Jones style. Kind of like that.
Yeah, it's been critical this year. So, I mean, Jordan, I'm telling you, I can't speak enough about it. I am falling in love again.
I'm Josh DiMaggio. Do you have two minutes? Do you mind stepping up to the microphone? You can just do it right there. I'd like to provide you Kyle Wallace, who is saying that he's instead of focusing on the fact that Matt LaFleur went for it because of Jordan Love's face, he's saying he is proud of Jordan Love because he convinced Matt LaFleur to go for it.
And that's the biggest takeaway.
About damn time Jordan Love spoke up and said, nah, we going for it.
He didn't speak up.
I don't know if he spoke up more than made a face, as Matt LaFleur described it, which, Kyle, I like what you're driving at here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're maybe putting a potentially positive spin on something that doesn't deserve as much positivity as you're giving it. If I were to actually guess what happened, I would bet the people in Matt's ear talked to him and said, hey, this is probably a bad decision to kick here, and we should be going for it, which then thus forced them into a field goal and then putting a play out there.
Whoever those people are speaking into his ear, they should be speaking more often.
I legitimately think that Jordan Love's face. Sometimes you got to say something. Somebody told me my face says it all.
Problem, man. It's a no-brainer decision.
It was a 47-yard field goal. You make and a guy who just kicked a 61-yarder. Now I would have been uncomfortable with it. Wait a minute.
Toad or toad?
This is Toady.
This is not Toady. This is me being honest. You kicked a 47-yard field goal. You just saw a guy hit a 61-yard field goal, and trust me, this kid. I mean, Matt LaFleur had to watch a whole bunch of bad kickers for multiple seasons, and so then he looks at him, hit a 61-yard field goal. It's like, all right, well, he makes this 47-yarder. I'll put my defense out there with Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons. They get us the ball back, and then we go down there and we either win the football game with a touchdown or a field goal.
Let me direct your attention to my personal Twitter account at Josh_DiMaggio, where I shared this exact sequence and the win percentage if you go for it on fourth down and get it versus kicking the field goal. You win the game 65% of the time if you convert the field goal. Convert the first down on fourth.
No,
if you kick the field goal, it's only 47%. What that should tell you is it's a non-decision.
But
it's a snap react, yes.
No,
No. You got to look at the quarterback's face, and he'll tell you based off the face if you should go for it.
Y'all want to nitpick, be mad at Matt LaFleur.
It's not nitpicking.
It's a pretty critical moment.
It's literally.
It's a critical moment. They tie the game up and they get the ball back and they win. Then what are we going to do? Oh, well, they kicked the field goal and they couldn't. No,
it's still bad process.
And if you don't get it 4th and 2, they go down there and score. Then what? Y'all going to be like, oh, well, maybe he should have taken the points. Like, hey, it was win if you.
They just need to get in the field goal to win.
I'm saying if they don't get the 4th and 2, then they get the football back.
It's process over results. You have to put, as a head coach,
he makes up his process each game.
Yes.
No, if the Green Bay Packers miss that 4th and 2, and then they go down there and they the Arizona Cardinals either run the clock out or they kick a field goal or they score a touchdown, everybody's second guessing whether or not why you did not kick a field goal for 47 yards when the guy just hit a 61-yarder and he's been playing well for you. Everybody be second guessing why he did not kick a field goal if they lost.
Either way.
You would have still lost.
No, what are you talking about? They would have lost either way. They
kicked the field goal. They tied the game, and you just gave us a scenario where Arizona goes down the field and scores. They lost either way.
Arizona had the football at their damn near midfield.
They played to win, not played to tie like they did in Dallas. That's improvement.
No, I'm excited about it. But what I'm saying, if the Green Bay Packers don't get that 4th and 2, they drive down and the Cardinals score a touchdown, and now the game's out of reach, then everybody's complaining. If you make the field goal, you get the ball back, and you win with a field goal, everybody's saying, yeah, we won. So what I'm saying is a lose-lose situation with some of y'all. I stand behind Matt LaFleur. Whatever y'all want to say.
Oh, we know you do.
Yeah, it's clear.
I stand
very
behind
clear.
My team is 4-1-1, and everybody asking me how we taste. Okay?
The thing that people would have been mad. You're 100% about that. Had the scenario played out where they don't get it on 4th down and end up losing the game, that's fine. But that would have also been wrong. Their decision making and their processing would have been wrong. They wouldn't have realized how big of a moment that was and the process that goes into making game winning or game losing decisions. So that would have been your job to say, hey, he should have gone for it on 4th. That would have been my job, that would have been Brad's job, and Ben's. Because that was the right process. We would have to educate the people who were wrong about that.
Yeah, fans care about results. And look, the result that Jordan Love had, that's the thing I care about. The fact that Jordan Love convinced them to go for it on 4th down.
Okay. Is Jason Wilde joining us next? Because, Josh, I tried to bring a new perspective in.
We're not going to harp on that.
You said probably
Love,
5 times
Love
right there.
Turned it on.
This is what I'm saying.
Kyle,
this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say.
Can you make the face that Jordan Love gave him if you were to imagine it? Do it into the camera.
That's not enough.
That ain't convincing me to go for it.
That's the look. That's
really?
I would have.
Really? No, I'm telling you,
Matt.
Somebody
I
told
want
me.
A scowl.
Somebody asked me a question in his office yesterday, and they saw my facial reaction before I responded. They started laughing. They said, "Oh," I said, "Oh, that's how it is sometimes."
Jason Wilde joins us next to talk about Jordan Love's facial expression that saved the Packers the game.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again.
What a radio pro.
He's so.
Say that again. Nobody said a word.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got another accident. This is on southbound 43 at Locust now. Looks like the left lane is blocked and folks are walking around outside of their car. So please be careful. This is to go along with the other crash that we have at North Avenue, also off on the right shoulder on the southbound side. So that's going to be tying things up, slowing down now from Hampton all the way down to those scenes. Also an accident on eastbound to northbound in the Zoo interchange. That's off on the right shoulder. And the other one on northbound 94 at the Mitchell interchange, off on the right shoulder as well. Luckily, that one's not really affecting your ride too much. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Chance of showers, cloudy and windy, a low of 45. Tomorrow, scattered showers, cool, cloudy, and windy, a high of 54. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
It came down to the wire in Arizona as the Packers went on the road to take on the Cardinals. Down 23-20 with less than 2 minutes left in the game, Josh Jacobs ran it in for his second touchdown of the game to seal the win for the green and gold. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the win.
I can't say enough about our guys. From the moment we got on the trip, nothing seemed to go right. To in game, there was a lot of things that didn't go right, but the guys kept battling, and that's what it takes in this league. But our guys, they're a resilient group, and I'm just really proud of them.
The Packers will gear up to face off against a familiar face in Aaron Rodgers as they will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers for Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with, and you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
If you want something that's breathtakingly one of a kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The puck drops at the Kohl Center this month, Badger fans. Wisconsin men's hockey returns to the ice for the 2025-2026 season, geared with grit and hungry for glory. Coach Mike Hastings and the Badgers are building on last year's success, and the time to secure your spot is now. Single game, mini pack, and group tickets are moving fast. Don't wait. Visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to lock in your seats today.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm going to enunciate the way I normally would as a nerdy fellow that I am.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
You know, you should be confident. You should be feeling yourself.
Holding everybody accountable.
I'm not saying you should be necessarily mad at him, but he bears some responsibility.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Yeah, I don't want to do this for 3 more hours either, so we're good then.
Join Jason Wilde next summer and explore the British landscapes in England, Scotland, and Wales. Text travel to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Joining us now on Kyle Bruston Ortman across ESPN Wisconsin is Jason Wilde. Jason, how's it going?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Sounds like you just got out of Matt LaFleur's press conference, so we appreciate you joining and accommodating our show. Yes, Strofe.
I appreciate you guys.
Because of my sensitivity,
accommodating me.
we are going to have a scheduling tweak that I'm just going to tell you on the air going forward on Mondays. Jason Wilde will now join us at 3:45 on Mondays.
Okay, sounds good to me,
Sounds
Jason. If that
good.
works for your schedule.
What did you say? Because of your what?
Sensitivity.
Jason called me sensitive.
He swore at me moments ago.
He's very defensive.
No. You need to
Disrespectful
apologize
to your elders.
He swore at me first. He called me.
Yeah, douche.
That's not a swear. It's a
To
fact.
your elders. Don't. Hey, Nortman, don't help.
Are you not an elder?
Damn!
Yeah,
the
but
double down.
That's not helpful.
He's old enough to be my father.
He is old enough to be your father.
Is he?
I am roughly the same age as your father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
And
One big family here at GK.
A lot less macho than.
So what'd you
your
learn
dad,
from
who was
LaFleur, Jason?
You douche.
Yeah, douche.
That was the Kyle drop.
It's hard to tell from where I'm sitting. I learned. What did I learn? Let me check my notes here. I learned they've got a good problem to have a kicker, and that Brandon McManus is not healthy yet, which I don't think he meant to necessarily slip, but we got one kicker who's healthy and one and he caught himself. So he delivered a very forceful vote of confidence, like he was Chris Macintosh, in support of Nate Hobbs, acknowledging that he did not play well. He admitted that he was surprised as well that the Arizona Cardinals tried to block Micah Parsons one-on-one.
Thank goodness.
Bad mistake.
Yeah, because I asked him if he thought that performance was going to be a cautionary tale for upcoming opponents, and he has seen the last time that he's going to get one-on-one blocking for much of a game, and he acknowledged that he was surprised by that approach too. I will be curious to see how Rodgers' week, air quotes, goes. He told us that that's for us, not for them. And he is right that, most of these guys never played with him. Nixon did, Watson and Dobbs did.
Love, of course.
Elton Jenkins did. Rashawn Gary did. But it's a pretty small number. So I believe that. And by the way, as we were walking out, we were just talking about the fact that it's so different. Like it's a lot more like them playing Kenny Clark than it is like them playing against Brett Favre. Like there's not the level of animosity and I'm going to shove it up Ted's you-know-what attitude that Favre had for that game in 2009. And I was telling the story about Mike McCarthy admitting that how he completely bungled that week. Like he got them to such a fever pitch, and all those guys who just played with him 2 years before were so intent on beating him that it kind of consumed them, and their performance showed it. And so that I think is a different deal. And then LaFleur and I had a lengthy back and forth about the decision to go for it on fourth down. Because he had said earlier in our conversation, I asked him about Jacobs and his leadership and the fact that he basically had to convince them to let him play and play as much as he did. And he said, we don't win that game without Josh Jacobs. And I was like, I'm not sure you win that game without going for it on fourth down there either. And I asked him how he kind of went through that process. It was great. There were hardly any of us there because a lot of guys are still traveling back from Arizona. So I actually got a fair number of questions in because I'm not good at jumping routes. But he was really interesting. I look forward to Strofe or whichever of our great producers cuts this up because he had some really interesting stuff that I think is well worth a while. But he kind of was leaning toward going for it on fourth down, and then I don't want to say that he chickened out, but he wasn't certain about it, and he said he wished he would have been more decisive. which is one of the things I like about LaFleur. Like, I know some of us like to spend a lot of time criticizing him, and that's part of the job. But he's always pretty honest about his process. And, he said in retrospect he shouldn't have needed the look of disdain from Jordan Love or the timeout. He should have just right away popped the call and said, we're going for it. And I thought it was important to talk about that because if we're being honest about the way yesterday played out, yes, there are a number of reasons why the Packers won, and there's a number of reasons that the Cardinals lost. But you can also argue that each of the head coaches made gutsy fourth down calls, and one worked out and one didn't. And frankly, in real time, I didn't like either one of them.
Really?
With Haversick kicking the way, I'm not as aggressive. And I know Josh DiMaggio had looked at some of the analytics, but I thought, I still think this. I understand how the defense has played intermittently, but I still think that defense against the backup quarterback, I still think they can get a stop if you kick the field goal and tie the game to get the ball back so you can go win it. I might have been wrong. We'll never know. But the one thing I do know is on fourth and a long one, like that was 1.5 for that quarterback sneak. I didn't like Jonathan Gannon's decision. I didn't like his call. LaFleur said that he would have done the same thing in Gannon's spot. He might have called a different play, but he would have gone for it too. So I thought, I just think it's, and this is what LaFleur and I were kind of going back and forth on at the end of the presser, which is just that, for everything you do, right, all the hours of film and all the meticulous time you spend putting together your game plan and evaluating players and deciding if you want to make a change, say at right guard and start Jordan Morgan or whatever it might be. You can do all that stuff, and yet the game might come down to one decision that you make in that moment. And in the instance of yesterday, the decision that Matt LaFleur made paid off, and the decision that Jonathan Gannon made bit him in the butt. And that's why one team is 4-1-1 today, and the other team's 2-5, having lost 5 games by a combined 13 points.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle Brust-Nortman, and I think we can say he learned a lot from the press conference because that first question was from Strofe. Strofe, that's your fault.
What'd I do?
We didn't even get a chance to ask him any questions. It was great. I was going to ask the same
win
question.
For me.
I was going to say, what did you learn from the press conference? So you just
I'd just say maybe he's more comfortable with me asking the questions. One could make that argument.
Weekly Wilde is on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee for a reason, because you guys have great rapport and you ask great questions. So I don't know why you're trying to do a victory lap.
Except for when he's swearing at me when we're bouncing back.
Brad, are you looking at me? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, so I was going to ask you about that fourth down that Matt LaFleur called, but it sounds like it was just a moment of indecision. Was it only Jordan Love's face that leaned him to go for it, or were there other factors? Because I find it hard to believe that you make a coaching decision, and then you look at your quarterback's face and say, you know what? Actually,
yeah, good question. No, he had already. I think the look of disdain, as he described it, just pushed him in the direction he was already going. Once he popped the timeout, I think he was going for it anyway. But, and I also think this, and I understand, I view these guys and the world in general through a different prism than, say, fans do. And, I mean, I got up here, and I was looking at some of my mentions on Twitter, and like one guy asking me, "Hey, please ask Coach LaFraud why he hasn't had his team ready to play." Like this is like it's just a different deal, right? That's not how I view this job necessarily. But hey, everybody's got their own thing. But what I like about him is, and maybe it's to his detriment. I listen to some of these other coaches. Jonathan Gannon, I looked at his press conference and read the transcript. I'm glad I don't cover him, man. He's got no interest, and he's got a team that needs to drum up fan interest, so it's counterproductive for him to be a dink about it, because what happens to their stadium whenever they play a team that travels well? They had to run. Do you guys realize they had to use a silent count all game? in their own stadium like that.
Pack,
Is
go,
such
baby.
a
That's
testament to the
incredible.
Packers and such a critique of their fan base. But again, anyway,
Isn't it kind of a
you guys have
critique
heard me.
of Lambeau Field? Because it almost feels louder at other places than it does at Lambeau.
No, I don't know if I feel that way. I mean, you go in there with your Rodgers jersey as from
Okay,
the
see, that's
Jets,
not
and
what
you
we're doing.
definitely
No,
booing
I'm
people.
actually having real conversation. I'm listening to road fans at Packers games.
Mute his mic. Let
They have
Jason
more
go.
energy than the olds at Lambeau Field. It's just the truth.
Not true. Not Jason. Don't let him do that. He's just all gassed up this week. He's mad at Matt LaFleur. His old friend Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and
No, I'm sick of watching a football team on Saturday score 0 points. That's what you could point to the
I
frustration
can
at.
understand that. Yeah. I saw somebody come back at you digging up.
That's not even coming back at me.
Jack
Citchy.
Ooh, Jason.
What was that about?
Jason on social for real. Jason just be scrolling.
The funny thing is, choosing me, there's 50 million people you could choose receipts on of everyone being excited about the hire.
No.
That's
You
not
got,
me.
You got
Not me.
Paul Chris fired. Jack sent you. Remember that? That was his boy. You remember that? You got him fired.
Oh, that's got to be it.
It's fine by me.
Do you know him?
totally.
Yeah, he follows me. I did. Again,
He's a little younger than
he's a badger. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah. But I could just be
That
like,
was
yeah.
so
Badger on
odd.
Badger
I forgot about that. I saw that last night or this morning.
I
What's
screenshot
weird
it
is,
so I wouldn't forget.
do quote tweets go in your mentions? Because I didn't see
if
it.
it's your tweet, yes. If
It was, but I didn't see it. Somebody had to send it to me.
Oh wow, somebody else sent it to you.
Of course, because I didn't see it.
Jason saw it. Me too, Jason. I screenshot.
Yeah, I sure did.
Hey, home run higher.
I-
Nailed that one, Ben.
Hey, I'll this is again another example of everyone makes decisions, right? Like we just got done talking about with LaFleur. I wanted Jimmy Leonard. Well, first of all, I never wanted Paul Chris to lose his job, but once he did, I wanted Jim Leonard, and maybe they're in the same spot. I have no idea, but I just it was funny that Jack Citchy dug that up. It was just I appreciated the effort that Jack Citchy put in to locate that and then reshare it many years later. That's all.
I'll be going through Jason J. Wilde on Twitter, digging some stuff up tonight on the couch. Jason, we appreciate the time.
Oh,
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
you too. Jason
Ben.
was on fire.
Update?
Update what?
That's
the
what
tweet.
Citchy said. Yeah, so you tweeted on November 27th, 2022.
Dude, you guys know I'm bold and I'm
Chris Macintosh means business. not easy to go against status quo at Wisconsin. This is this takes cojones, I will say, and I think it's a home run. And Zach Citchy just said, update.
Not good, Jack. Not good. Not good, Jack. Not good. The Titanic has hit the iceberg, as I've mentioned. Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Does it feel that way?
With delicious brands like Palermo's Connie's Urban Pie and Scrape Sicilian, Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. I guess what I don't get is you think I'm happy about it too, Jack? Huh, Jack? You think I'm update? Yeah, you think I'm happy about it? You think anyone's happy about it? Nobody is. It sucks. We suck. We suck. 0 points in 2 straight games. Losing to Maryland, it started it all. Update. Next.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman.
Do you think?
Nope.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Courtney Cronin.
Winning ugly is still winning, and they're learning how to do it. Like, these were games a year ago that this Bears team doesn't win for a number of different reasons. Coaching being one of them, player execution being the other. Straight up situational awareness. The way that they used the clock at the end of the game, the way that they ran the ball, stayed in bounds to set up Jake Moody, that's a well-coached football team who understands the gravity of the moment and how to not screw it up the way that they did last year by allowing Jaden Daniels to launch that Hail Mary and to walk away from a place that you didn't want to become your house of horrors because it looked like it was about to be that again. You know, they blew a 13-point lead. It was disgusting out all night. You have a kicker who was called up from the practice squad. Like, all of it set up for the old Bears to be like, yeah, nah, this is probably something that's too much for us to overcome.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Love going to the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. You can have a strong body, a strong mind, and help provide a strong community. So get a tour. Your no goal is too big or too small. You got the Madison area locations, of course, New Berlin as well. Check out the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. Ryan Racine, you've been on hold. You got 30 seconds. Sorry to cut you short and keep you waiting.
No, guys, thanks for taking my call. I just want to quickly mention yesterday, we had 2 timeouts when we went for it in the fourth quarter. And I just think calling that timeout, I don't care if we go for it or not, but at least if we're going to go for it, don't bring that timeout because now if we give up the ball, we don't have any timeouts really other than the 1 and the 2-minute warning. So that was just my take on that.
Well, thank you for the call, Ryan, and I believe it was under 2 minutes, so you didn't have the 2-minute warning.
I think it was over the 2 minutes.
Well, then I would make the argument that it's okay.
It points toward being decisive.
Yes. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with you on 94.5 ESPN. In 2 minutes, don't go anywhere.
We've got some issues on southbound 43. We've got the right shoulder blocked with a disabled vehicle at Keith. Then we've got the accident at Locust off on the left shoulder. Then we've got another one at North Avenue that's still being worked on the left shoulder. And then we got another disabled vehicle a little bit closer to Fond du Lac Avenue. So southbound 41, we got backups from just south of Main Street down past Good Hope Road. And then again from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. Northbound's got some backups as well from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh, almost to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, chance for showers, cloudy and windy, a low of 45. Tomorrow, chance for scattered showers, cool, cloudy and windy, a high of 54. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Gabby Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit oawspinecenter.com. That's oawspinecenter.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Badger football alum Bradley Nortman.
Tough to wear that association this season. Tough to wear it.
Not good, Jack.
Not good, Brad.
Do the kids still do W like this?
I haven't seen the W thrown in a while.
They've lost quite a bit of games.
The kids.
Not good.
The kids.
It's not good, guys.
Dude, they're waving their shirts with more energy than they're doing the jump around.
That's a remarkable trend, though.
It worked with Indiana.
It's a very remarkable
Yeah, remarkable. It was the second best part of that game outside of the fake punt that shouldn't have been a fake punt.
No, man, listen. Thank goodness to that kid, Sean West, giving us some life. Gotta leave it to Wisconsin.
Hell with
Leave it to the punters.
Dude, did you watch that play?
Yes, it was electric, but it didn't matter.
Oh, it was electric.
You're being losery.
Well, I'm just following suit of what the hell that program is. Losery. That's what they are. They're bottom feeders. The worst team in the Big Ten. What? Can somebody do the math? Last week I was told that in conference play they're averaging less than a touchdown. Now, I'm not a mathematician.
Yeah, I think I told you they were 18th in points scored in conference games.
Somebody said they're averaging less than 7 points per game in conference play. I am not a mathematician.
It went down.
Down. So if we're averaging less than a touchdown per game in conference play, boy, that is like the worst Big Ten team in history. I just want y'all to know right now.
There are 134 D1 football programs. You know where we rank offensively?
132nd.
That's exactly right, actually.
Did you see that?
We're the worst now.
We're the third worst.
Who's ahead?
Oh, I don't even.
Or who's behind?
I don't even know.
Well,
they must be bad.
Man, I tell you, Phil Longo, I blame him.
Why?
I don't know. That's what Luke Fickle did.
Oh.
He fired Phil Longo, brought in Jeff Grimes. He told us, boy, this offense is going to take off. So I blame Phil Longo because, because Jeff Grimes has come in and he's done what?
Six-pack abs jokes on YouTube that Strove should coach.
The bad
Now I actually
at least that team would have heart.
I actually believe that Strofe could motivate the Badger players more than Luke Fickle.
That's what they should do to raise money. Is you should pay for $1 million cash.
Oh,
you can coach the football team this week. We'll
and I can't do it.
I get them boys hyped up. Let's go.
You don't have the mill.
Up down. We doing up down.
You pay $1 million and you coach
the
them?
team.
If I had $1 million, you get to coach and fire Luke Fickle. You pay $1 million, get to coach the team this week. I'm the coach this week, fellas. I mean, it's a joke anyways, so you might as well keep the joke going. You want to be an assistant coach, $500,000? Come on. Might as well. I'm so. I am like y'all think I'm joking. I am so serious.
No, it's a great idea.
I am so serious right now. I could go grab some boys that I know who love football around the state of Wisconsin, high school coaches and all that. We can coach Wisconsin to this performance. Oh, we just lose. I mean, that's what it is. We just got to score. Well, I got to get a field goal, and I'm more impressive. That's it.
Do you know how many points they're averaging in conference play?
Okay, last week I was told it's less than 7, so I think it's now like 6 exactly.
5, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly 5 points.
Bro, and they played Maryland and Iowa.
Well, I was going to.
No, okay.
Maryland, Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State.
I mean,
7 of those were against Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. First drive. First drive. Remember when I texted you after they scored a touchdown? I said, okay.
Yeah, and you almost got me to tweet about like, hey, I've been pretty negative, but look at them go.
I'm glad
and
you
I
did.
refrained because
Good
I was
for
like,
you.
I ain't no idiot.
No,
Good for you.
You are no idiot. Boy.
Let's
They
go to the
haven't done
Carbless Talking
anything.
text line. Bill Johnson, a teammate over at 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Bill,
Hey,
you're up with KBN.
Bill.
Hey, what's up, Bill?
How you guys doing, fellas? I just want to make sure that I caught the gist of this. Was there concern over the fact that LaFleur came out and said that he looked at Jordan Love and decided to go for it?
Some here did, Bill.
There was, Bill,
Yeah.
yes.
Not me, Bill. Let him
You're
know,
reactive.
Bill.
That's
Let
a
him know,
problem.
Bill.
I look at it. I thought about it. It's absolutely a brilliant coaching move because you got this. He's still a relatively young guy. I mean, he's been around for a while. He's a starting quarterback, no question. But he constantly hears over and over again, well, it was Brett Favre, and then it was Aaron Rodgers, and now it's him. So, man, no pressure. He's just got to be a Hall of Famer. And I don't know whether he's going to do that or not. It's a young locker room. I don't know how much most of these guys know about the past in Green Bay, but they hear it too. There's 2 Hall of Famers that came before him, and then you got this guy. He's talented. He's won some games, but he hasn't won a Super Bowl. He's not. We don't know that he's a Hall of Famer yet. First of all, they went for it because LaFleur thought they could make it. I don't know if he had time to talk to Steno. I don't know what he did, but they went because LaFleur thought that he could make it. Okay? So they get after the game, and LaFleur says, hey, I looked my quarterback in the eye, and he said we could make it, or he thought we could make it. So I sent him back out there. I just felt it. So they made it.
I agree that it would be heady, Bill, to from a confidence boost building standpoint, if that's what you're getting at. But I have a hard time believing that Matt LaFleur is that far ahead of the game when you look at how Cleveland and Dallas went down.
He thought they could make it. That's why they went. Whatever Love did is fine. So he comes out after the game. They made it. And he says, well, yeah, I looked my quarterback in the eye, and we thought we could make it. Let's say, and meanwhile, the great barometer, Kyle Wallace is thrilled now with Jordan Love. It's great to see it. Glad he spoke up and everything, right? So what happens if they don't make it? If they don't make it, does LaFleur come out in the press conference and say, well, I looked Jordan in the eye, and he thought we could make it, so that's why we made it? No. If they don't make it, you don't hear anything about the look on Jordan Love's face. If they don't make it, I'm completely confident LaFleur comes out and says, you know what? We looked at it. We thought we could make it. We didn't execute. That's on us.
Then why send the field goal unit out and burn a timeout?
Because he decided as he sent the field goal unit out there that he was going to make it.
That's the problem.
There's indecision, Bill. It's not good in the crunch time.
I still don't think it has anything to do with it. But the whole mentioning the thing with Love, I think is brilliant because it gives him cred in the locker room. It gives him cred with the fans. All of a sudden, they look at it and say, "Wow, this guy's really gained the trust of the head coach." And if he takes a few swings and arrows, look at him. Does he care? I don't think so. So I think it's for a quarterback that's still as good as he's been. still finding his footing. Maybe not so much in the locker room, but finding his footing with the fan base and finding his footing with the media as far as a leader goes. They look at it and go, you know what? He trusts the guy.
Yep. Well, thank you for the call, Bill. We appreciate it. That was our guy Bill Johnson on the Carl was talking text line. So now we're propping the 6-year quarterback up as for a confidence.
I actually need to derail for a moment. So during Bill's call there, Kyle got in my ear and said, did they say Jordan Love said something on the broadcast?
On the broadcast, they said Jordan Love said.
To which I shook my head no because I didn't hear it. And then Kyle said, how are you going to tell me what I heard?
It was the way he shook his head. He basically gave the look to me that I'm sure Jordan Love gave to Matt LaFleur. Like, oh, okay.
Dismissive?
Well, yeah, it was very dismissive. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What makes sense? And so he said, what are we not going for?
Why did you ask me for verification if you were just going to dismiss whatever I said?
I love Uncle Bill, but his scenario and his theory about the post-game press conference just telling us, I heard on the broadcast they said Jordan Love came to the sideline and it looked like he said something to Matt LaFleur. I heard it. You're looking at me. I literally, in the moment, I said, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, you have a phone that probably records games. Can you go back and check
an
the work?
Interaction could be nonverbal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they said they interacted. I don't know if they said they talked.
I can't. I'm not gonna
really splitting hairs.
I don't have to take that. No.
Now we're going so deep into the. Did he look at him? Did he not? Did he talk to him? Did he not?
Was eye contact made?
Look at the lengths we have gone to now prop this up as now Jordan Love, is finding his way as a leader and for the media. What are we doing?
Everything Bill said, there's some truth to it that, yes, if Matt LaFleur said, I believe in my guys, I believe in
Jordan
Jordan
how he
Love.
also says, I believe in you? By keeping them on the freaking field.
That's right. And that's where I was going to go eventually, was to say, but he didn't feel that way at first. You threw the field goal team out there and you burned a timeout in order to get to that point.
I've actually seen a team do this to the Packers where I think it might have been the where they sent somebody out and then they threw the offense back in quick.
But why? Jared Goff got in his ear.
No. that wasn't.
But Dan Campbell's a fourth down guy.
You're not inflating. You're inflating for your overall point. Well, he's yelling at me right now. All I'm trying to say is
he just shushed you. He just shushed you.
He wasn't shushing me. He was shushing Ben.
Oh, whoever.
All I'm trying to say is when a head coach says to go for it after sending the field goal unit out, they ran out to make the defense call a timeout because they weren't ready. Matt LaFleur's offense called a timeout to make that decision. That is the difference.
I thought you were talking about the Packer game where Dan Campbell changed his mind.
I wasn't talking about that specifically. You were just jumping all over
I was, because I don't like this negativity. My football team is 4-1-1. My football team, we knew going into this game against this Arizona Cardinal football team, especially with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, we were all like, okay, you know what? He's a good veteran. This football team ain't that bad, and they look good. The Cardinals look good. They did what they've done the whole season. They couldn't finish football games, and the Packers, they went into the game. They played the way they did, but they're able to finish the football game. So for me, when I look at it, the fact that the Packers came out with a victory, despite, to me, not playing consistent football throughout 4 quarters, I was happy. I was mad at halftime.
Yeah, because Jordan Love is convincing Matt LaFleur to do things. Yeah, so you're thrilled.
I am very thrilled about that. I think Bill Johnson alluded to it. I said finally. I was finally excited that Jordan Love actually spoke up and said something. This is part of the maturation that you need to have.
The maturation? Yes. What are we doing here? Keep your team on the damn field. You are overblowing
Brad, have you ever been in the locker room where a quarterback told a coach, we want to go for it?
Yes.
Okay. Period. My whole point. It happens all the time where they change the mind of their football coach and say, we want to go for this.
But would you say it's a good coaching decision to listen to your players or to be a coach and coach the way that you coach?
I would love to have the coach make the decision separate from what your players plead you to or to not do.
But when they do that, they listen. Players say, okay, let's do it. They believe in it.
Yes, I'm glad, and it inspires confidence in me that Jordan Love has found his voice and his leadership ability to be able to say back to Matt LaFleur.
He didn't say, he looked at him.
And I've seen Aaron Rodgers get upset and mad about it.
Face.
So, again, quarterbacks do this all the time, and so I'm excited that my quarterback finally did that. So, for me, y'all can sit here and try to paint it negative, but I'm not. I'm not at all.
We didn't notice.
Nobody's trying to say that Matt LaFleur is inept. There are moments.
Oh, I don't know. Matty Mouse over here.
In the critical moments where he just looks indecisive, and that just is going to it's going to be a painful moment sometime in the future in the playoffs if that continues.
And Matt LaFleur told Jason Wilde today when Jason joined us, he said Matt LaFleur said he was already leaning towards going for it. But then
so
when
why
he saw
don't
the
you revisionist history much?
Now you're not trusting. Now you're calling him a liar.
Hell no! I watched him down or up 10-0.
It was on the field.
Yeah, and then he called the timeout.
I'm done with Kyle. You are the best Packer fan you could ever be today.
Can somebody tell me what place the Packers are in the NFC North?
That would be first, Kyle.
That's not the conversation.
Can somebody tell me what place my Packers again in the total NFC right now?
Second?
Second, I believe.
First until the Lions.
No, the Buccaneers are 5-1. They played tonight.
Yeah, the Buccaneers.
They have a better winning percentage.
So yeah, we're right up there. We're on the top
again.
teams.
I don't know what he's doing.
No, we don't know. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that didn't work for the Brewers.
Last time we did that, Shohei Ohtani shut us up quick.
Let's go Packers.
I'm not doing that. But that's what you do when your team, you know the inevitable is coming. You don't do that when your team has actually got a chance. Our team actually has a chance, Stroh. So no.
You're so brainwashed. I'm sad for you, Kyle.
I'm not brainwashed at all.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
Well, the dance floor specifically. I'm still sore, man. I dance my booty off.
Well, you don't have muscles.
You don't have a booty, so I don't know how you dance that. You dash your back off. Your back.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 41 is going to be backed up from just south of Main Street to Good Hope Road. Back on the brakes through the Appleton Avenue area down to Capitol Drive. Northbound also slow just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol. Still dealing with an accident on southbound 43 at North Avenue off on the right shoulder. Delays coming in from Silver Spring all the way down to that point. On the northbound side, we did have a broken down vehicle on northbound at about Fond du Lac. That's been cleared, but we do have delays coming up out of the Marquette all the way up around the North Avenue curve. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Chance of showers, cloudy and windy, a low of 45. And tomorrow, chance for showers, scattered though they may be, cool and cloudy and windy, a high of 54. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And I just remember watching the Dodgers-Brewers series this year, and it just felt like every time we got their starter out, it was Rap City. We were going to pound on.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We got to make these games long. We got to battle these starting pitchers. We got to make them get the pitch count up and get in that pen. We get in that pen, we're going to be penning our way to a World Series.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
It came down to the wire in Arizona as the Packers went on the road to take on the Cardinals. Down 23-20 with less than 2 minutes left in the game, Josh Jacobs ran it in for his second touchdown of the game to seal the win for the green and gold. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the win.
I can't say enough about our guys. From the moment we got on the trip, nothing seemed to go right. To in game, there was a lot of things that didn't go right, but the guys kept battling, and that's what it takes in this league.
The Packers will gear up to face off against a familiar face in Aaron Rodgers as they will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers for Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Little by little, some banks are pecking away at your balance with fees on their checking. You need an account with no monthly fee. Make the switch to Tri-City. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in a bird bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Sundays are for football and carbless. Born in Wisconsin, carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are packed with flavor, not sugar. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. Whether you're tailgating in Green Bay or calling the plays from your couch, carbless is the cocktail that's always game day ready. Crisp, clean, and crafted to win. This season, drink like a champion. Drink carbless, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN.
The delusional fans of the South won 4 straight games. Mark chimes in on the Carbless Talk and Text line. A Mark in the 414. Who is better, the Bears or Packers?
Let them celebrate.
I think he is a 414. I bet he's genuinely asking.
No, he probably. I mean, it's clear the Packers are better than the Bears. But I like this. The Bears I give them credit. They won games they're supposed to win. They took care of business. I mean, it might have been close or nail biters for some of them, but they won football games, and that's all you got to do is end up with the victory.
I will say it would make the triumph even bigger after all the, well, we beat you in 2025. Ha, 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 ha.
And don't forget Ben Johnson saying, I've gotten real accustomed to beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. I mean, just painful. I hope the Bears keep winning so that when the Packers face off against the Bears,
I wouldn't go that far.
Just a little bit more painful, Kyle.
No, it's going to be a painful fall for them because they still have 5 more divisional games, and they already are 0-1 in one of them.
So. They were 4-2 last year at one point. Did you know that?
Yeah, that was before the disaster happened.
Their schedule's pretty bad, though. I'm not going to lie. They're pretty bad schedule.
They
have a last place schedule, and the other teams they're playing aren't that good. So I don't know. They might end up with 8 or 9 wins.
Well, just wanted to get the quick pulse on the who's better, the Bears or Packers, on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Strove's running the show. UKB Nation 800-990-3776. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Now, I guess Micah Parsons is something that we haven't really gone that much in depth on, but I think we need to take a moment here. Yeah, sure, the Cardinals played him one-on-one way too often, but oh boy, I mean,
Micah,
Brad,
dude,
you told me something where it was like, if you don't mind sharing what Lexi had to share with you.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Lexi. the first wife of the Northern
She's got a
State.
lot going on.
First wife. What do I say? First lady. First lady. Excuse me.
First and only wife.
Wow.
Applies to her second wife.
First and only wife.
Even you could probably hear me pause. I was like, wait, what do I call her again?
You're sleep deprived.
First lady of the Northern Estate. We're watching the game, and Lexi, she makes great observations. And when Lexi makes an observation, that's when I know it's jumping off the page, right? And she says, "Boy, that number one." I don't know how you block him. He's so fast. And I was like, yeah, isn't that crazy, Lexi? He's so athletic. Look at those moves. Look at those hands, how quick he gets off the line. And she watches another play. He puts pressure on Jacoby Brissett again. She goes, oh, I just don't even know how you could possibly block him.
You better cover her eyes.
So when Lexi's making observations like that, I tell you what, that's how you know it's jumping off the screen.
Yeah.
Whoa! I don't. And it's a little backhandy. If Lexi's making those observations, well, you know he's good.
Games in Carolina and Jacksonville.
She's a football fan.
Okay, good.
But she,
she saw good football. She knows when somebody's jumping off the screen.
Yeah, a little Saxonville over there in Jacksonville. But yeah, I mean, she's. Let's put it this way: Lexi's not.
What do you think of Daniel Wheeler?
Lexi's not dissecting the game, right? She's looking on her phone. She'll look up this or that. So when you see the blur. That is Micah Parsons, and even Lexi goes, it catches her attention. That's how you know it's a big deal.
I was just thinking to myself, it's so good to see it happen after the discussions we've had about the second half defense, like 80 points in the second half and overtime they'd given up. To then, we've probably played this scenario once a year based off the way the Packers team is constructed. Would you rather have the ball trying to score to win the game? Or would you rather be up with your defense on the field to win the game? This was a situation where that sack that he had after sitting out and coming back in, putting them in a spot where it's now like, damn, time's really starting to tick. You are able to just send guys at Jacoby Brissett, not let, they don't have Jamar Chase. Like Marvin Harrison's okay, but he was going against Nate Hobbs when he made the majority of his catches. Trey McBride's not a downfield, like he's a middle of the field possession receiver who's really, really good and strong. And I don't know how he's left open for the second touchdown, but they don't have anybody that's like you can just throw it to that's going to make like a crazy game
no
winner.
Guy like that.
So to be able to put him back, and I believe was second and 19 or third and 19, whatever.
Put him back a couple times on that drive, and the defense
did. And that's why you trade for someone like that, because you need them to show up and get sacks in the moments that matter most, not just early in the game. Yeah, I'm talking about the whole team, but obviously Micah contributed the most yesterday.
Yeah, Mike contributed the most. Rashawn Gary had some plays as well when he had that sack fumble as well. And so for me, I got a text message that said, "What was that evil laugh?" That evil laugh was the fact that, like you said, after Micah Parsons went off the field for 2 plays and then came back in and got a sack, all I could do was absolutely laugh because, boy, oh boy, this is something that's special. Why they would try to one-on-one block him is beyond me, but he was the difference in that game. You do not win that football game if you do not have Micah Parsons harassing the quarterback right there. So for me, this is why you traded for him. This is why you invest all that money in him, because this is what he can do. He can help put football games away. He can give other guys opportunities to be able to pass rush. He can take away a lot of attention. So this is why you make that investment. And what, to me, him going off that field for 2 plays, they talked about it on the broadcast, like, okay, he's gone, but then he came back on the field. That just lets you know when it's time to go, he can go. Not a lot of guys can say, all right, let me just catch my breath here so I can finish off this game. Micah is one of the very rare few, and he's on our defense. So this is great to see that Micah stepped up in the biggest moment when we needed him to seal this victory.
Yeah, it's such money well spent. The first-round draft picks, the contract extension. Anyone that wondered, it's kind of a steep price to play for Micah Parsons. After 6 games, I think it's a no-doubter. I mean, this defense is having success primarily because of him. And even when they're kind of struggling, where maybe the secondary is getting gashed a time or two, think of how much worse it would be if you didn't have Micah Parsons. It would be the comfortable quarterback, hit the ball, and then throw downfield at leisure. But with Micah Parsons, it seems like
Kyle would have an aneurysm watching Nate Hobbs every play get thrown at.
The way some of these corners have played, it definitely would cause some issues. But, I mean, just yesterday, Micah Parsons had 10 pressures?
At least.
10
I know he had
pressures?
9, and I think that the 10th was the third sack.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It was insane. So, yes, I don't know. It was insane. I don't know where this team would be because the defensive backs already are a problem. I shouldn't say defensive backs because the safeties are good. The cornerbacks are a problem.
No Devontae Wyatt,
and
no Lucas Van Ness. So, I mean, it was a huge time for him to come through. And
some young guys on the line.
Props to Rashawn Gary for finally helping create a forced fumble.
So, and some of the pushback on Micah Parsons was, well, two things. Well, he's not very good at run stopping. His run stopping Pro Football Focus grade, it's in the mid-70s, which is kind of average, significantly better than Kenny Clark's rush grade this year so far. So he's actually a benefit to the line on run stopping. But even more so, everyone was saying, you know what? He kind of picks and chooses. He doesn't really have a motor, only in certain moments. I haven't seen that whatsoever. It doesn't matter what part of the game it is. First down, second down, third down, fourth down. This man has a motor.
He lost the sack, too, because he had the little drop tackle where he pulled his body down. So he lost one. He was harassing, and he made some good plays in the run game, too. So he was playing special out there yesterday.
Stevie's a big fan of the Kyle Mumble take.
You know, I'm saying something special out there. Something good. I mean, it was incredible. So, again, I can't wait to this game against Aaron Rodgers because guess what? Micah going hunting again, baby.
Well, tune in on Friday for Green Bay props and preview because we will give our dog of the game, in which Brad had Micah as the dog of the game. And if your dogs don't always listen to you, and you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what you say? Look no further than the Sit Means Sit, because in Green Bay game night as well, you get Sit Means Sit to give you their actual dog of the game. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. That's sitmeansit.com. Check out their Milwaukee or Waukesha pages. Wheel of Strofe. Woohoo! Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a tool. My name is Ben Brust, and I'm a tool.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Backups on southbound 43 continue. They are starting at Hampton now, all the way down to North Avenue. There is an accident still being worked on off on the right shoulder. Beyond that, we got more delays from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. More pockets of heavy traffic past Beecher down towards the KK River crossing. We've got eastbound 94 backing up from about 68th Street through the stadium to 35th. Westbound slowing from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on southbound 41, slowing from the county line to Good Hope Road, Appleton Avenue down past Hampton, and then more delays on 894 southbound, just south of Greenfield Avenue, pretty much in pockets all the way down to the Hale. Traffic is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Lake Lawn Resort offers everything you need, from lakeside rooms to gourmet dining and a luxurious spa. Relax, recharge, and enjoy the best of Delavan. Book your stay now at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Chance of showers, cloudy and windy, a low of 45. Tomorrow, chance for scattered showers, cool, cloudy, and windy, a high of 54. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and has the same type of breast cancer, who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed 3 new Hope pendants to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase the symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with all 3 modern designs starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $598 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Badger football alum. Brad Nortman to my left. Alex Strofe is running the show. Hit us on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776, or of course on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Now again, if you missed it earlier today, after being shut out twice since the 70s. First time at home since when, Kyle?
First time at home since 1968. Boy, I was just a twinkle in my daddy eye.
More.
Hardly that even.
My daddy was only a very young kid at that time.
I don't know if he had a twinkle. Yeah, no twinkles yet for daddy. Chris Macintosh put out a letter to Badger Nation and talks about his years being a student athlete, especially with seeing Rose Bowl teammates from back in the day in town against Ohio State. But ultimately, it's a lot of writing and it's a lot of words. And there is a part in which it says, athletics is committed to elevating the investment into our football program to position us to compete at the highest level. And again, my biggest frustration when I'm reading this letter to Badger Nation is how do you spend $8 million to bring Luke Fickle, $8 million per year to bring him to be the head coach, and then in the middle of the season, as Alex Strofe said, put out this statement that is now saying we're going to ramp it up. We're going to invest in the program. The responses on Twitter X and the Carbless Talking text line just show it just is sitting with people the wrong way. Brad, you're obviously the football alum. I would love to get a look at your group text of teammates.
Yeah, I mean, it's met with shock, guys. And this letter that Mac put out, it reeks of panic. It reeks of desperation. I mean, you only do this when things are truly hitting rock bottom. I thought there were multiple moments where I was like, oh, it can't get any worse than this. And it continues to get worse. And I just look at this as someone who grew up a Badger fan right here in Wisconsin and played for the team, wondering how we got here, because this is a program that I hardly recognize anymore. Culture that has been so focused and so built on the Wisconsin grit and passion and keeping people in state. All the relationships between alumni and relationships between high school football coaches, all of those are not focused on. I mean, this coaching staff and Luke Fickle are not doing the things that has built this program. It's almost like coming in, wanting to reinvent it, tearing it all down to reinvent it. Well, it's certainly torn down, but it hasn't been built back up. And now we are left with a product on the field that looks completely unrecognizable unrecognizable to the normal motion W that we normally see out there. And with Mac doubling down on the product on the field and this coaching staff, it puts him firmly in the crosshairs for blame to be put on him for this debacle.
Kyle had me really sad because now as you speak of like the identity and who the Badgers were and what they've become, you had said, Kyle, that you were frustrated watching the end of game because they were running the clock out, running the football because they wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. The first thing I think of as Brad is speaking is I think of like literally not running the score up, but running the score up. Like the hammer was laid.
We scored 83 points on Indiana my senior year at Wisconsin.
They're averaging 5 points in Big Ten play. 5.
They may not score 83 points in Big Ten play this entire season. That's the reality of this situation, and that's the biggest problem that I have is the points that they're averaging. But overall, when you hear people chanting "fire somebody," right? This is Wisconsin football. We had some gripes, and we were upset when Paul Chryst was losing some football games. The Illinois game was absolutely it for us, but you never heard "fire Chryst" chants. We are in year 3, and we're already hearing "fire Fickle" halfway through the football season. So when Mac hears that week after week, he hears all the pressure, he sees all the news. Remember, he already had a meeting with select media members to kind of calm everything down, and now it's becoming overwhelming where he decided that he wanted to pen a letter that he knew would go public because this football program is in the depths of badness, terribleness, something that we have never seen in the last 30, 40 some odd years. Right now, we may be witnessing the worst Badger football team of all time. So he had to write a letter. He had to do something. I said he'd a fire man because he had to put out this fire. But guess what?
He's not putting out the fire, though. He's getting everyone to talk about the Badgers even more by putting his name next to Luke Fickle. Chris Macintosh has put his name next to Luke Fickle, legitimately, in this statement. Coach Fickle sees the potential in this, what this team can be, as do I. And he shares the same disappointment and frustration. The potential what this team can be, it's, again, reading that is a slap in the face to Badger fans who have watched Badger football for the last 30 years up to the last 3. Yeah. They know what potential is. They know what winning looks like. This is not even on the same planet. It's so bad that nobody even recognizes it. People make plans over Badger Saturdays now because it's not a thing anymore. And you see it in the crowd. You see it in the play on the field. And again, you're saying put the fire out. This fires up everyone even more because it's. I'm seeing a lot of. Brad, you're the finance guy. Sunk cost fallacy?
Sunk cost fallacy. The more you put into something, the more likely you are to stick with it, even though you should absolutely run. And guys, this just goes back
to
even when you
run like Jordan Love should have ran when Myles Garrett got by him.
If you remember the fanfare that this regime started when they hired Fickle, they're talking about championships, that what was being done at Wisconsin is not good enough. And it was like mediocre to good, sometimes great for Wisconsin football. And that was the sell. That was the greatest oversell and underdeliver of my lifetime.
I don't know. I think it's Firefest and Wisconsin football under Luke Fickle.
I think, again, we're Wisconsin fans and we're attached to this. But fans who aren't from Wisconsin, I was with somebody who's a Minnesota Golden Gophers fan, and he said, 25 points? Oh, Wisconsin can cover that at home. I said, brother, that was a terrible bet. You shouldn't have done that whatsoever because you're going to lose your money. Wisconsin is so bad. This might be the worst hire, not just in Wisconsin football history. This might be one of the worst hires in FBS history. Have you ever seen a program fire somebody for not being good enough when you were talking about a team that won 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 football games and saying that isn't good enough because we're not competing for championships? And now they are staring down not winning a single Big Ten conference game. This is the biggest fall in Big Ten history that I have ever seen.
The landscape was changing, and they made a swing. And again, it might be the worst hire, but again, hand up, hand up. We all thought it was going to be the right hire.
I have caveats.
Huh?
I had one caveat that I would have liked, but I still thought it was going to be okay.
What was the caveat?
I thought Jim Leonard was going to be the DC. I thought he was going to do exactly what happened.
Yeah, he has to be the co-defensive coordinator, but when you hire someone for $8 million, you let him do what you hire him to do, and that's to bring in the people that he think is best.
And he brought us to the toilet.
But that's what makes this so interesting, right? This week specifically with Chris Macintosh and his letter, because for the longest time, I would say, okay, yeah, this seems like the right hire from the outside looking in. But struggling has occurred. This program has descended and is completely burned down. 30 years of building up a program has been burned down in 3 years. And instead of saying, you know what, hand up, I made a mistake. We need to redirect. We can't lose what Wisconsin is because this on the field is not Wisconsin football. Instead of redirecting, a doubling and tripling down on Luke Fickle, it's inexplicable for Mac to do that. And
you're right.
it
does feel like a parody right now.
Well, if he fires him, what happens? Does Matt get fired too? Is he saying, "Hey,
but
I got to
he's trying to stop the bleeding"?
I mean, the bleed. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this now. There's no coach who's gonna stop the bleeding.
I already said the Titanic hit the iceberg. The Titanic hit the iceberg. They can't patch it up and save it.
But they still think they can get to New York.
They can't.
Listen, I just want them to get to the end zone.
They can't do that either.
They won't get there.
Hell, with a field goal, I'll take 3 points. I would have celebrated us scoring 3 points.
No. This is like the little Giants.
Yeah,
we gained a yard.
Yeah, have you watched the last 2 football games? A touchdown. I promise you, if the Badgers would have scored a touchdown that game in the fourth quarter, the crowd would have went crazy. Crazy. Woo! We scored a touchdown.
You keep making every conversation about the Badger football. You make good points, but it just brings my heart deeper and deeper into my like chest. It's so sad.
It's like witnessing a death in front of you. I mean, this is a Wisconsin football team that we've known and loved.
Are we back
decades.
to hospice talk again? Yeah. The Badgers in hospice,
and it's just not the same. It's just that is not the team that I know and love.
So y'all think Luke Fickle has no chance of ever reviving this football team if he got more money, more investment?
You can give him $50 million. I wouldn't trust him with any of it.
I mean, if he couldn't do it with $50 million, then he is incompetent.
It's one thing to stay mediocre, which is you could argue that's where the program sort of was, mediocre to good. It's sort of easy to stay mediocre. They've descended to the worst team in the Big Ten.
Y'all would love to be Iowa right now. Y'all would love to be Nebraska. Y'all would love to be Minnesota. Just a couple seasons ago, we were better than those teams or competing with those teams. Now they look at us and they circle us as, that's an easy victory. We are an easy victory. Easy victory. People are looking at us saying, okay, that's like a bye week.
Easy money, them Badgers.
Listen. Oh, I don't know what the spread is, Wisconsin versus Oregon. Take Oregon. I don't care. Wisconsin ain't going out west and scoring a single point.
Oh, that's the window into Kyle Wallace's mind.
It is the window in my mind. A window that I love better than this Wisconsin Badger window, that is Universal Windows Direct. And it's October, and you guys know, you feel it. That weather is starting to shift. It was definitely cold this morning. And a matter of fact, we turned the heat on this morning in our house, and guess what? Just like that, we started to feel that heat staying inside our house. Why? Because we have great windows with Universal Windows Direct. And right now, you can buy 2 windows, get 2 free with absolutely no limit. Plus, enjoy 0% financing for 1, 2, but 3 whole years. And on top of that, get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, 0% financing for 3 years, and a bonus $500 off your project. Boy, oh boy, that's why I always say I love my windows.
Quickly on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Brian and Lake Mills, what do you got?
Yeah, a couple of things. I'll try to make it real quick. I was kind of hoping to go to a D3 game on Saturday, but then found out they played Friday, so disappointed right there. Dan Lanning is going to do what a college football coach should do with their team being in the top 5. Just show no mercy. Ryan Day worked on the ground game because they're terrible and showed mercy on Fickle. Dan Lanning will not. It's going to be like a 60-point game on Saturday. Just awful. And then how could Macintosh look at his band of brothers that came back for the game and say, here's my plan and here's how I'm going to fix it? A GM coming in to get Macintosh out of Badger football to shift towards other athletics is not the answer because he can't even do that right, and everyone knows that he screwed it all up. Fire Macintosh, fire Fickle, start all over. This is just utterly ridiculous and disappointing.
Thank you for the call, Brian. We really appreciate it.
It's good stuff.
800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. We do have to wrap up the show with Brian Balaga. We get to wrap up the show with Super Bowl champ Brian Balaga next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You know Italian. What do you mean?
You know Italian?
You do know Italian.
You know Italian. Yeah, he's right.
Oui, oui. That's French, but you had gelato.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
It was always said about Milwaukee Brewer legend Jim Gantner that he played the game the right way.
God gave me the talent to play baseball, but it's up to me what I want to do with it.
It's just such an exciting partnership for us at Big Fish Contracting. I'm thinking there's a chance if you sign up with us, Jim Gantner may be dropping off a tube of caulk at your house.
Shingles, whatever.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 5 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay Cheetos, Fritos, Smart Food, or Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 64 ounce or 8-pack selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $5.50. 8.2 to 18 ounce selected varieties C-Pack frozen seafood, $5.99. 6 count selected varieties Bay's English muffins, $2.99.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I've got some famous friends you
Joining us now on Kyle Bruston Nortman is this Super Bowl champ, Brian Bulaga. Brian, welcome into the show.
How we doing today?
Well, the Brewers season ended. The Badgers still stink, but the Packers did pull it off and are 4-1-1. Your biggest takeaway from that game is blank.
My biggest takeaway from the game is that, hey, I finally got a road win, right? I mean, I think that was my biggest thing. Everyone wanted to see, full game, this, that. I mean, I think my biggest thing that I wanted to see was them get a win on the road, right? I mean, lost to Cleveland, tied to Dallas, needed to see a road win, right? I mean, and they faced adversity before they even got to Arizona. Then they had to go play the game, and there was adversity throughout the game. And how did they respond to it? And to me, winning on the road is a tough thing no matter where you go, no matter who you play. And we've seen that throughout this very young season with this team. And, getting a road win against Arizona, regardless of what their record is or this or that, I mean, they've lost 5 games by a total of 13 points, right? I mean, like a play here or there in Arizona is like a very respectful winning team, right? I mean, that's the way their season's gone up to this point. So they're a solid team, and Brissett played. I mean, I should have expected him to play this way because he showed how well he could play against Indy, who obviously Indy is playing phenomenal ball right now. Brissett played well again, so I think it's a quality win on the road. It wasn't the cleanest, but again, a win's a win. You walk out of there and move on to the next one.
Well, Brian, I'm intrigued by this caller and what he has to say, so I'm actually going to have you listen in and react to what Mike in Milwaukee has to say on the Carbos Talking text line. Mike, you're up on KBN with Brian Balaga here.
Hey, how are you? My take on it is kind of opposite of what Balaga's saying. This is Jacoby Brissett. I'm impressed with Parsons. I think he had a great day, but I need to put it in perspective. He's not a starting quarterback. He's not that good. I think when he goes up against Rodgers, it's going to be different. He'll be good at getting rid of the ball fast. And I'm impressed with Parsons, but yesterday's performance wasn't a deal breaker for me.
Thank you for the call, Mike. Starting it off with I'm opposite of the Super Bowl champ Brian Balaga is an interesting way to start it, just because he's got the knowledge. Brian, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm not impressed with Micah Parsons' 3-sack performance.
Can't help you.
Yeah,
he literally came in after sitting out and then made a sack in the biggest moment of the game.
I mean that sack happened in about 2 seconds. So I get Aaron's dealing the ball fast right now, but he'll sack Aaron if that's how fast he's getting there. So I mean, I get Aaron's getting the ball out quick right now. Like I understand that. I mean, I get it. Aaron's dealing the ball quick. But like, listen, I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Parsons because Brissett's back there. Okay, so like if we're going to say Brissett's not a starting QB, I understand that. But he plays the Colts, who are arguably, I mean, you could say they're the best team, one of the best teams in the NFL right now. And he drops 350 against the Colts. I mean, he's doing something right. Like he's doing something okay as a quarterback at the moment. So like you got to respect the way the guy's playing. Like you got to respect the way he's playing quarterback. He's thrown into a tough moment against a really good Packers defense and obviously against a really good Colts defense. And he's playing pretty well. Right. I mean, you have to give him credit for what he's doing. And I mean, regardless if he holds the ball for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds. I mean, getting sacks, and he got 3 of them, right? I mean, get 3 sacks, you get 3 sacks. It's to get 1 in a game, guys get patted on the helmet for that. That's a great game for them. You get 2, that's a phenomenal game. You get 3, I mean, that's career type game. So like to me,
1 call back too.
Yeah, I got 1 called back. So to me, like I think it was a really good game. Doesn't matter if it's against Brissett or not. I mean, listen, there's going to be one thing that I know Mike Tomlin will definitely do. He probably won't leave Parsons alone on an edge like Arizona did. Much. I will say that, and Aaron won't either. Aaron knows better than that. He won't go into too many protections. Leaving Parsons out there by himself.
They're going to put that big tight end Darnell Washington on Micah's side every time. They'll just put him in motion and follow him. It's like when you're at the free throw line, you got the box out, you try and get like the biggest guy next to him. Just put the big tight end and chip.
Yeah, Brian, I want to ask about one moment in the game winning drive for the Packers. 4th and 2, Field goal team goes out there, timeout. Matt LaFleur changes his mind and goes for it after Jordan Love expresses his displeasure for that decision. What do you make of that whole interaction? Impressive for Jordan Love, or sort of scratching your head at Matt LaFleur's indecision?
No, I mean, I think I'm not really scratching my head at the indecision of Matt LaFleur. Like, I think the quarterback, listen, there's a play clock, right? So, like, decisions have to get made, right? Like, you got to make those decisions fast and, calls a timeout, sends them out there. They have a discussion on the sideline. The quarterback feels confident in it. You ride with your quarterback, and he feels good about it, right?
Yeah, ride it with your quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
You call the play, and it works out really well, right? Like, and I think that's the way I look at it. And
me too, bro.
Because to me, I was sitting there initially going, kick the field goal. Like, that's the way I was looking at it. But
football,
I'm not out there, so they proved me wrong.
They sure. That's what I'm talking about.
They sure what?
They sure did. They proved you wrong, and I'm glad they did, man. I'm standing behind Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. Thank you, Brian.
And Brian Balaga.
And Brian Balaga, Super Bowl champion.
Who is coming up next.